Sugar. Papa, thank you. Oluwana go tell.
Hey, do life's happenings still appear strange to you? Do certain occurrences make you feel you belong to a different planet other than Earth? Do you still live in disbelief? Okay, come back to Earth where reality obtains, where life happens. Life Happens is a radio show that breaks such life myths and prepares you to tackle reality, yet succeeding in your endeavors. On Life Happens, we bring those issues on the table and chart a way forward. Join Gracie Boise and her panel of intelligent people as they dissect the issues. Send your views across by calling the show at 001-614-266-5611 or text us on WhatsApp through the same number or inbox Gracie Boise on Facebook, GRACEEBOYCEE. Life Happens is every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is also 9 to 11 p.m. in Lagos, Nigeria. Life Happens only on Apex1Radio. Get on board. Let's happen along with life.
It's supposed to make a more but never forget you. Say no be by man, always be thankful. Oluwana go there.
Apex1radio USA. Apex1radio. The best in animation. Culture, sports, entertainment, interview. Apex1radio. Apex1radio, the best radio. We love African culture.
Hey there! Are you a lover of African movies? Are you anxious to know the next African movie you'll be watching? Do you want to know more about African movies? Or are you interested in knowing what happens behind the scenes in a movie production? Answers are right here.
Oh, yes. Find out these answers in Movie Newsroom. Movie Newsroom is a movie news magazine on Apex1Radio that provides first-hand information on latest African movies, upcoming and past ones that have attracted enormous attention. In the 1-hour news slot, we take a look at the story in movies, we talk to producers, we talk to cast and crew members, and even let you appreciate movie trailers. Also, find out about movie release dates, film premiere schedules, distribution of movies, and lots more.
And furthermore, learn about salient aspects of filmmaking from the Film Talk slot in each edition of Movie Newsroom. Then find out which film festival is slated for the month.
Movie Newsroom, visualizing movies on radio, only on the dependable movie news source, Apex1Radio. Apex1Radio, your radio. It's exactly 5 minutes past 10 in the studio of Apex1Radio, and time for the start of a live coverage broadcast session of the Cameroon film industry CFI that is currently taking place in Kumba, Cameroon. Good afternoon, Kumba. Good afternoon. Cameroon. Good morning, America, and good afternoon, Europe. For those of you just joining us, you're welcome to this special broadcast session. Today, we are looking into the life of a growing film industry, a fast-growing one, of course, an industry that has made headlines, an industry that has defied all odds and is forging right ahead to make the sector a great one, an industry that has come a long way, an industry that is making great efforts not only to rise, but to rise and stay on the top. We're talking about the film industry in Cameroon that comprises of men and women of very hardworking backgrounds, and of course an industry that is programmed there to succeed. That is the kind of industry we're talking about. And so the people who make that industry tick have converged on Kumba this Saturday, June the 24th, to look into their progress, to evaluate what they've done so far, and to see what they need to do in perspective. And so the General Assembly of the Cameroon Film Industry, CFI, is currently taking place in Boya under the presidence of Alex Mboe, the chairperson of the board of directors of that film outfit or that film organization under whose banner Cameroon films are produced. And so in today's session of broadcast, we shall be giving you minute-by-minute reports of what is happening in Kumba. We shall be talking to the actors on the ground, and at the end of the day, we shall take home a particular message. And so that is what we'll be doing today on this special session that has just kicked off from Columbus, Ohio, United States of America. And so it will be a multi-way conversation on radio today. There is a Columbus end, which will be man and woman here by Ernest Kanjo and AJ, who are right here in the studio. Then from Minnesota, Ken Shalimone, who is our resource person number one in charge of arts and cultural issues and who doubles as a filmmaker, will be speaking. Then hopefully we shall be speaking with two other resource persons, that is the current president of the USA branch of the National Actors Guild of Cameroon in the person of Don Palais. Then filmmaker Blaise Christian Sichet will definitely join us on this broadcast as well. Then we also have the team that will be taking part in this show as well. We shall have Guy Benita, who will be presenting the town of Kumba to us. We shall also have Wanchia Cynthia, who will be presenting the film landscape in the northwest region of Cameroon, at least within the past decade. Okay, more of such interesting items will be yours in this special edition on Apex1 Radio. Once again, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you find yourself and wherever you're listening to us. And thanks for choosing Apex1 Radio this day. It's definitely going to be a fantastic show, like I mentioned earlier on, and we invite you to join us. music they titled Ngoma Wet Full by Jojo Mosenja, son of Fako Division, precisely son of Munya. Munya is a small town near Boya. Of course, Munya is administered by the Boya municipality. We're in the southwest today, reason why we're giving you some beautiful pieces of music from that part of the country. And so, at exactly 10 minutes past 11 or 10 minutes past 10, which should be 10 minutes past 9. Is it 11? No, 11 minutes past 10 in Columbus, which is exactly 11 minutes past 9 in Minnesota. Let's move over there and say welcome to our resource person, number one in charge of arts and cultural issues, Ken Shalimonette. Welcome to the show, Ken.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, how are you today, Ken?
Beautiful day, nice day. I'm doing great, and we are all doing good down here in Minnesota.
Right, beautiful. I remember last year at this same time, almost, at this same time of the year last year, we were on this same broadcast to talk about the General Assembly of the CFI. That was May of last year. But remember, that General Assembly came under some very controversial circumstances, which is not the case today. So, looks like today is much more relaxed.
Yeah, it's much more relaxed, and I go back again to the same quote that I used last year, saying that to keep a lamp burning, we have to keep putting oil in it. Okay. So it's showing that, despite, like the saying goes, you cannot construct without destroying. So there will always be confusion, there will always be argument, and the moment people come together, but again, it is prone to the fact that we all have different ideas, and when we fight over our ideas and then pick out the good part of it, put them together, we definitely will come up with a good result. So from the meeting that is going so far, from every preparation that has been going since Thursday in Kumba, it's showing that we are definitely moving towards a positive note, and CFI is slowly finding its ground, and probably, things will keep on changing from here forward.
Probably things will keep on changing, and we wish that things change for the better. That is as far as that is concerned, Ken. But in the course of the show, we shall come back to talk about what has transpired after, after 12 months. We shall begin to evaluate just how much progress has been made and see if what was expected to have been done by this time has been done. Or if it has not been done, then we'll definitely have to point it out as well. So I hope you are prepared and ready for us to discuss even straightforward issues today, Ken.
Oh, definitely. I'm always prepared.
Right. Okay. Thank you once again, Ken. And I just wanted to signal your presence. Thanks for joining us. And we'll definitely be back with you from this end.
Okay. À tout à l'heure.
Vous aimez parler. Vous aimez Joe. Le supporti sembalo kila mimba kena dia lunge Yo okwane ba me moto kapo kabane Ukanja diamba kota yombi opakula belimi ba Louis XVI O ala demba O kene la bombe bumbu ba lunga memba Le bon samaritain Un peu bon dans la vie et que de fou So balangwe ya wala mbola bombe tenge demba Wisinga osi bela bende yoyewa Mama wasade na bisona wadi kule yende Dodenge suka na ponda bakuma pe yoyewa Ulemle wa batobe na bajane wa baba nsepete wa bakwa pewa Wisinga so de kwa di babu C'est le parler Yo Ismael Go Ousmane Osif Bateke So balangwe ya wana mula bobe nyengene pai Wisinga osi bela bende yoyewa Mama wasande na biso na wadi kule yende Dodenge suka na ponda bakuma pe yoyewa Dika mon amour, Una Yese Bateke Moïse Isaac, the boy. Bobino. Ah.
Ebola muya munya ene misosi.
Quel misosi?
Bala bula munya ene mitango.
Mon amour.
Toba wanya wabe kwali osipela. Toba wane ya wanyango osisenga. Oisenga, 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 oisenga.
Ne couche jamais dans ton pot, président et bon maire. Relevant la puissance pour.
Tobana kweya wana mula mubete ketembae. Oisinga osipela bende yoyewa. Mama wasande na bisona waji kule yenge. Todenge suka na pona bakuma pe yoyewa.
Mulele,
Oh oh,
mulele,
oh
mulele,
oh,
mulele,
oh
mulele,
oh,
mulele,
oh,
mulele,
oh,
mulele,
oh.
mulele.
Dika mon amour, Odia Yese. Awa.
Ebola muya munya ene misosi.
Quel misosi?
Bala bula munya ene mitango.
Mon amour.
Toba wanya wabe kwali osipela. Toba wane ya wanyango osisenga. Oisenga, 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 osisenga.
Cheti de la mer. Virginie Ebouki de Sega. Topoya Bouyi, Congo Zaï. What's up?
Dorénavant wa mobina, misinga, midoli, midoli, misidoli.
Omende wele, eye,
Natondi mondolopo,
omende wele, eye,
eye.
omende wele, eye,
Natondi mondolopo,
omende wele, eye,
eye.
omende wele, eye.
Dejo nyese momebina, isona wana nenu indeya, osisenga, sobe kwali bama wana no tengele ba.
Top, top,
Pale pale, eye, eye,
top, top,
pale pale, eye, eye,
top, top,
pale pale, eye, eye,
top, top.
pale pale, eye, eye.
Mais levez tout le monde là. Mola, mais levez là-bas. Mola, oui, Mola. Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais là, Mola? Mola, je danse. Mais non, Mola. Tu te grattes là. Mola, non, je danse. Mais qu'est-ce que tu danses, Mola? Mola, je danse le Sengé Kamloko. Danse alors. Kamloko, 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 Kamloko. Partout où tu vas,
Tu m'appelles,
partout où tu vas.
tu m'appelles,
Où est notre Sakamba?
omende le mbeba, eyo,
Où est notre Sakamba?
omende le mbeba, eyo,
Où est notre Sakamba?
omende le mbeba, eyo.
Njore in Kam No Go, beautiful Makosa piece there, which has brought the time to 19 minutes past 10 here in the studio of Apex1radio. Is exactly 19 minutes past 3 in Kumba, that is in the southwest region of Cameroon. Kumba, where the General Assembly of the Cameroon Film Industry 2017 edition has been ongoing. Our reporter Tabby Fokings is there and we're waiting for his signal. Once that is done, then we shall take you to Kumba to live the moments of this General Assembly. But then, Kumba, like I mentioned earlier on, is found in the southwest region of Cameroon. It is an exceptional town in the country, so popular. It's a town that has been much talked about. When Kumba is mentioned, a lot of things come into mind, especially for those who have lived there, especially for those who grew up in Kumba. Kumba is like an enfant chéri, like we put it, in typical Cameroonian language. Kumba is an enfant chéri, not only to those who were born there, but for those who have had, an experience of this great town, which we fondly call K-Town. But then, what is this place all about? Just how is Kumba what are the things you need to know about Kumba that you haven't known yet. Guy Benita is our lady on that beat. And from Boya, next to Kumba, she now presents K-Town. Benita, welcome to the show.
Everybody listening to me out there. Before I get into the story presentation of Kumba, I would like to tell the people out there about something, how the name Kumba came about. So it came about from the history of the people of Bafau, who could be retraced from the Great Istanbul Goe from the Gold Plains. At that point in time, around the 1640s, he settled at a place called Mashri, found near Kokobuma, one of the 10 Bafau villages. One of his sons, a fearless hunter named Nidiki Ukeboka, went hunting and founded Kumba around 1640. He was discovered under an umbrella tree called a Kumba Bafau by a Portuguese explorer. When asked what his names were, he thought the explorer asked what the name of the tree was. He said a Kumba, and the explorer wrote Kumba. Here, the name of the town today is Kumba. So that's where Kumba got its name from. But actually, the real name of Kumba is Nidiki. This simple mistake was owing to the language barrier. The explorer could not understand Bafau, and Nidiki could not understand Portuguese. Nidiki, upon realizing that the land was very fertile and was good for hunting and fishing, a perfect place for the habitation and a center for the Bafau clan, he rushed back to his brothers and invited them to join him in his newfound land. He was accepted as the chief of Bafau, and then Kumba came about as it is called today. So we'll go now into the history of Kumba in the southwest region. Kumba is a city in the southwest region, western Cameroon, also popularly known as Cape Town. Kumba has an estimated population of about 400,000 inhabitants, with about three-quarters of this population falling within the youthful age group. The increase in population is as a result of the increase in the birth rate and a fall in the infant mortality rate, because there has been an improvement in infant health care and migration. Kumba is actually the headquarters of the Mene division and has 3 sub-divisional councils. You have Kumba 1, which consists of Kumba Town Kake and a part of Boya. Then you have Kumba 2, made up of Kupsala, the Hausa quarters, and Kiango. And then Kumba 3, which includes the 3 corners, Mabanda, and also a part of the Boya Road. This town is also run by a government-appointed senior divisional officer and a government delegate. Despite the fact that it is the largest city in the southwest region of Cameroon, it is not the provincial capital, which is located in Boya, the former German colonial capital. Because of its size, most major roads to the provincial interior radiate from Kumba, running to the Nigerian border at Mansi, the Korub National Park at Mumba, and Mount Faith to the east. It has the biggest touristic attraction site, which is the Lake Barombi, the largest volcanic lake in Cameroon's volcanic chain. Kumba is the terminus of a branch railway of the western system of Cameroon. It has 3 major motor parks, one situated at Boya Road in Barombi Camp, the second is at Fiango, 3 corners, and the third is at Bombay Road, Mile 1. It equally has the main railway line linking Anglophone Cameroon to Douala, and is a local road junction, making it one of the main commercial towns in the Anglophone region of the country. The town is well connected to the rest of the country, enabling you to travel to the various parts of the southwest region. So we move over to the inhabitants of this region, the language which is being spoken by most of them there is the English language and Pidgin, and to a very small extent French, and at least one of a variety of indigenous languages, but the most dominant indigenous languages are Bafau, Bakundu, Bakosi, and Bonge. The indigenous of Kumba are the Bafau and the Bakundu. Those are the people who founded the Kumba area or Kumba town, as K-Town and it is generally called. Bafau is an ethnic group who speak the Bafau language, a language which is similar to the Douala language in the littoral region. And the Bakundu ethnic group who speak the Bakundu language, also known as the Morocco language. The Bafau people are ruled by their paramount chief, His Royal Highness Son Victor Esibisongo Mukete, who is the current chairman of Camtel, Cameroon's own telecommunications company, and also the founder and CEO of Mukete Plantations Limited, a plantation measuring over 200 square kilometers in different localities in the Mer division. On the other hand, the Bakundu people are ruled by their paramount chief, Benjamin Mutanga, who is currently the board chairman of the most renowned Cameroon Development Corporation, that is the CDC, located here in Boya. Due to its cosmopolitan nature, the Bafa and the Bakundu have formed a percentage of the general population of the city and have lost many aspects of their culture except for their language, which is mostly spoken by the elderly and some of the younger generation. Now, when you go into Cape Town, Kumba Town, as it is called, you'll find out that the main activities of the people there are farming and trading. And the main trade center is cocoa, palm oil, including rubber, and Kumba Town equally has a timber industry that enables them carry out all their activities. And then, thanks to this trading in this area, it has attracted many foreigners, especially the Nigerians, those around the Igbo land, who have always controlled a greater percentage of the market. Now, for those of you who want to take a tour around Kumba Town, I would like to also tell you that it has got some great touristic sites. It's got some hotels that you could visit, and some of them are the Longo Gardens Hotel, the Park Lane Hotel, the Cape Town Hotel, City Hotel, Hampton Hotel, Grace Hotel, Hotel La Residence. Apart from that, you also have media houses which most of the time are privately owned. You have television, the KCBS television in Kumba, which is privately owned. You also have radio houses or radio stations, which are the Lakeside Radio, the Calvary Good News Radio, Ocean City Radio. All of these radio stations are privately owned. Of course, Kumba, also, you know, when you go to this region, we also talk of religion. And Kumba, you will find the Catholic Church, which is situated in Kumba Town. You have a New Apostolic Church, the Presbyterian Church. You also have the Transfiguration TV, which is also for religious purposes. And then you have the Apostolic Church in Cameroon. All right, moving over to their football teams, you know, because every year an interquarter competition is organized, of which a prize or an award is given to the winner, that's the team that wins. And so some of the football teams that if you get into Kumba, you will find are Luanzi FC, Kumba Lakers, Bao Manibok, Barca Junior, and many others. And I would just like to end by saying that Kumba is the birthplace of the French International Rugby Union player, Serge Bexin, and of course, Cameroon footballer, Ayon Eno. So that is all I had about the town, Cape Town today for you, Ernest, on the program.
What a beautiful package there from you, Benita. And what a beautiful way of presenting Cape Town, the birthplace of Eno Ayon. And of course, I want to thank you so much for that presentation of Cape Town, where the General Assembly of the Cameroon film industry is currently taking place. Thank you so much, Benita. Just catch your breath and enjoy the rest of this Saturday. Thank you so much.
Quand je rentre un peu tard le soir, tu ne peux même pas me demander où je t'ai passé, mon bébé. Tu commences seulement à me gifler, tu commences seulement à me poser des questions. Je ne sais pas quoi te dire. Oh non, 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 je ne sais pas quoi te dire. Tu oublies que tu commets aussi les mêmes erreurs. Faut pas oublier que nous sommes mariés pour le meilleur et le pire. Tu oublies que tu commets aussi les mêmes erreurs. Faut pas oublier que nous sommes mariés pour le meilleur et le pire. sûr, je suis fâché, j'ai pris ma décision.
Beautiful piece of music there by Ruth Cotto, which has brought the time to 27 minutes to 11 here in the studio of Apex1radio. It's exactly 27 minutes to 4 in Kumba, Cameroon. Still to come, we shall be talking to Wanchia Cynthia Bamenda. She'll be painting the picture of the evolution of the film industry in the northwest region of that country. Then we also have a good musical selection for you because it's about culture. And one of the musicians who will be gracing this show is Links, Tabot Pepsi, aka Lins, who's listening to us from Sweden. Okay, at exactly 26 minutes to 11 in the studio of Apex1 Radio, situated in Columbus, Ohio, which is 26 minutes to 4 in Kumba. Let's go there now and join our reporter. That before Kings for his first remarks from that end. Kings, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kanjo, and thank you to all Apex One listeners. It's cloudy but very warm day right here in Kumba, precisely in the Yanelo Hotel, where there is the Cameroon Film Industry 10th Annual General Assembly, holding here on the 24th of June 2017. It has been a very warm encounter, where we have the gatherings of all Cameroon film producers, film directors, actors, distributors, and marketers, all seated in one place to decide on the fate of the industry for the next year. It has been a very long day, which was graced by the presence of the representatives of the regional delegates of art and culture. We have had several speeches going on, a speech from the board chair. We have had speeches from different representatives of the different regions. And the different guide heads have given their reports of what has happened in the different regions in Cameroon and in their different constituencies, talking about the problems they have faced, talks about the actions they have taken and the projects that they have realized. At this point, we are discussing about some serious matters going on in the Cameroon industry at this time. Most of the topics that have been brought up include things like legal procedures, the use of official papers, the use of the distribution of roles and the respect of the different positions given to different people at different levels of the guide. And also there's been an issue about African Magic, the Cameroon film industry having a partnership with African Magic and how to integrate African Magic program and different awards. So I'll just move up to where the different deliberations are taking place so that the audience or the listeners of Apex1 Radio can have a feel of the ambience that is going on right here at the General Assembly of the Cameroon Film Industry in Yanelo Hotel right here in Kumba. So you can just listen to the general ambience of what is going on.
And the new court and the second was also voted in the public throughout the 3 years time. Also, an obligation of the work government and the state was adopted to the vote before. We also, by this video, this is talking about the power of God here on the state and this is on the basis of the state. I thought the word that was talking to me, and the new court, all the two documents talking. I don't hear the document, but I will take it. That is taking sometimes any document in the name of the Constitution. While counting on your eyes and my thoughts on the study and collaboration. And you say that
Hello, Mr. Kendall?
Yes, Kings.
Yes, if you listen carefully, that was a letter that was sent to Mr. Otia Vitalis, the former president of the Cameroon film industry, which was issued to him to hand over power and hand over official documents and authority to the new administration. From the discussion, the issue is it seems he hasn't responded to that official letter that was handed over to him, and it's causing a controversy within the industry where they seem to have two captains heading one ship, and the ship is not going in the right direction or it's not going anywhere. So at this time, they're actually looking for ways, or they're actually deliberating on how to restructure and give order to the Cameroon film industry so that it can achieve the objectives which were set at the beginning of the year.
Okay. So who is currently speaking?
Currently, it is Mr. Biao, that is the president of the Board of Administrators, and he's explaining to all the people who are available here at this time what happened during the transitional period and the small conflict that existed during that particular period, and why some things keep on dragging at this time, where there's a conflict of power and a conflict of interest still lagging or lurking behind. It's an ongoing process, and the whole board is looking for means which we can solve this amicably without making it to blow out of proportion.
Okay, that's good. Now, Kens, it's true that we began this broadcast a little after the session had already begun out there in Kumba. Could you just describe the attendance, and where exactly is this meeting taking place? Where is that venue?
This meeting is taking place at Vianello Hotel.
Okay.
Vianello Hotel. It's just a few meters from Kumba Park. It's in the heart of Kumba town. This meeting is holding at the upper floor of the hotel itself. The attendance is very impressive, I must say. There are close to 150 people attending the meeting. And from my discussions with the people that I've met so far, they're coming from diverse regions of Cameroon, including the southwest region, the northwest region, the west region. Some are coming from some people are also coming from littoral. Yeah. So it's a cross section of Cameroonians and a cross section of artists, a cross section of professionals who have come to deliberate on their fate for the next quarter of the year.
Okay, and have you set eyes on the former interim board chair, Wamusi?
Yes, I've set eyes on Wamusi. Wamusi actually was taking headshots of everybody that came in. He's there with his camera and his backdrop. He's doing photography as usual. He's one of Cameroon's renowned professionals in that domain. Yeah, and I wanted to talk with him, but he at the time I wanted to talk with him, he was asking questions as concerns legal procedures and answering also to what happened to the former documents of the Cameroon industry. So I'm going to bring him in at some point. And some other people that I have spotted there, I've spotted Fuller Jeffrey, I've spotted some one or two other people, Shelia Kenji, and some other people that are present at the meeting. I'm going to be bringing them in at some point, one after the other.
Sure.
And interview them, tell us much more about what has happened during the General Assembly.
If I rely on the point which was being discussed a while ago concerning Otia Vitalis refusing to hand over official documents of CFI, I would imagine that the former president, the former board chair, is not attending this meeting. Am I right?
He is not attending this meeting. And in the last meeting I attended last year, he was not still at the meeting. For reasons I have no information about, which many people, for the two people that I discussed with in the background, say it's quite disturbing for him to be absent during such General Assembly, given the position he has held before and the experience he has had in handling the Cameroon film industry. So that's the reality of the situation. We would have hoped that he should be here, but he is not.
Do you have any idea if they are going to kind of evaluate the work they've done after 1 year in office? I'm talking about the current board.
Yes, actually, during this in the course of the program, there was a part where they were talking about they were looking at from doing the reports of the guys. They were doing a lot of evaluation and critiques about the activities that went on. It's true that at the time I was setting up, I didn't get every information, but what I noticed from the comments and the recommendations made, some advancement has been done, some change has been experienced, especially with the actors code that was issued last year. There has been much more order and there has been much more rigor in the carrying out of different activities in the Cameroon film industry. And I'm going to get one or two people to talk more on that in the course of this program.
Okay. And also in the course of this live transmission of the CFI General Assembly, we shall be talking about the production code which was adopted last year. We're going to find out if that code is being implemented. Kings, I just want you to catch your breath for a while. Time for us to do some music from this end and perhaps talk to one or two people, then we'll come back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sakanda. I'll be on standby.
Letting out my emotion, boy, you're driving me crazy. Set my heart in motion, the way you smile for a lady. Je veux que tu know que je t'aime. Il me manque de mots pour te dire je t'aime. If you ask me a question, boy, I give you the answer. I don't engage you for so long, so you remember. Mais est-ce que tu know que je t'aime? Il me manque de mots pour te dire je t'aime. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Hélas je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Le gars mais tu avais son regard, je suis calée. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous, je suis calée. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Maman, je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Le gars me bolait avec son regard, je suis calée. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous, je suis calée. The way that you smile, making me blush like never before. Façon tu me touches, façon tu me tu es maman. I know that you love me, mais je t'aime plus fort. I know that you need me, but I need you more. If you ask me a question, boy, I give you the answer. I don't engage you for so long, and I hope you remember. Mais est-ce que tu know que je t'aime? Il me manque de mots pour te dire je t'aime. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée.
As the filmmakers who call the members of the Seventh Art celebrate the progress of their work in Kumba this day, so too the rest of the people, especially film lovers, celebrate the culture of the country in its entirety. We're also celebrating music, reason why we're giving you some beautiful pieces from this end. Calais by Daphne. It has brought the time to 14 minutes to 11 here in the studio of Apex1radio. It's exactly 14 minutes to 10 in Minnesota, from where our resource person now joins us once again. Ken, welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, Ken, our wish was that less controversial issues be discussed today, but apparently it looks like when it comes to CFI, we just cannot stay away from that. It looks like there is an issue that is coming up in Kumba, and it's been said that the former board chair has for 1 year now refused to hand the official documents pertaining to CFI. That issue has been discussed in the table in Kumba. Ken, I'm not an expert in this whole thing, neither do I belong to that family. But then, how can you what's going on? I really don't know how to put it, but what is going on?
Well, again, Mr. Ennis, it's a very, very deep question that you asked me. It's pertinent, but again, it just goes to show our dirty ego. And I don't think for 1 full year we should waste our time going after this man. If he has decided to make his mind not to be part of CFI, we have to look for a way forward. It beats my imagination that up to this moment, after the 1 year after the last meeting we had about a year ago till today, We are still chasing behind this man and try to make him the main person who has to allow us to...
Hello, Ken.
Yes.
Yes, I'm not cutting you short, but my understanding is that if Otia Vitalis still has the official documents, official logo, letterhead, and everything of CFI, and is using them, it means there are still two CFIs. Well,
is it difficult for Cameroon film?
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm saying that based on what is
industry.
Okay. Go ahead, Ken.
Yes, I understand you very well. We know for sure that today we have a confusion because they are saying that there is CFI this and there is CFI that. That is very true. Now, if from our hearts, is it too difficult for us as the main CFI, if we claim that we are the legitimate group that holds film producers together, is it difficult for us to take this man to court? We have lawyers who are involved in this. We have all sort of people. Every day you go to Cameroon film industry site, we have lawyers, we have educated people. We have people who know how to follow up a case. What is stopping them? At the end of the day, I tell myself, they are all playing a game. They are all playing a game because if for any reason, for more than 2-3 years today, they cannot hold Otia Vitalis is holding an entire organization down, then I tend to doubt almost everybody in that industry because it looks like for some reason they themselves are scared to go to court because maybe he has some dirty skeletons that he has some vital information about these people that if they take him to court, he's going to expose them. That is what I feel, because I don't see any reason which is stopping the Cameroon film industry from taking him to court. We have all sorts of people. We have legal minds in this industry. All we do is that every day we come on the site, post things that are not relevant, come there and be talking trash, posting things that are not relevant for the movie industry, things that doesn't make any sense, talking about things that cannot take us forward, and then we sit behind every day and complain that Otia Vitalis this, Otia Vitalis that. Why? What is wrong? Who is Otia Vitalis to hold an entire group, an entire community spellbound? Is that the reason why the Cameroon film industry is not progressing because of Otia Vitalis? Definitely, I will say no.
Okay,
definitely,
Ken.
I will say no.
Right,
it
Ken.
is of no significance to stop this industry from going to where it has to go.
Okay, Ken. That was just a point we got from our reporter on the field in Kumba. When we get back to Kumba, Tabifo will be telling us just how far they've gone with that point, and we shall also try to get to Otia Vitalis for his own side of the story. Ken, we'll be right back with you, but it looks like Bamenda is signaling. Okay, let's have some music, then we'll be right back.
Okay.
Juste ton regard, à côté for your matter. Baby boy, you're the man. Boy, you set me on fire. Baby, juste ton regard, à côté for your matter. Cette fois je suis calé, oh. Je suis calé. Hélas, je suis calé, oh. Je suis calé. Le gars me tue avec son regard. Je suis calé. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous. Je suis calé. Cette fois je suis calé, oh. Je suis calé. Maman, je suis calé, oh. Je suis calé. Le gars me bolé avec son regard. Je suis calé. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous.
Meantime, our reporter in Bamenda, Wanchia, Cynthia, is on standby. She will be throwing more light on the evolution of filmmaking in Bamenda. I guess she is in the presence of one of the pioneers in that sector in Bamenda. So what do we do next? Looks like Tabifo is signaling from Kumba. At the same time, Cynthia is signaling from Bamenda. Perhaps we take Kumba first and find out just how much water has flown under the bridge since we last spoke with Tabifo.
For your matter, baby boy, you're the man. Boy, you set me on fire. Baby, just don't regard. I could die for your matter. C'est toi, je suis calé, oh. Je suis calé. Hélas, je suis calé, oh. Je suis calé. Le gars me tue avec son regard. Je suis calé. Les risques, conséquences.
Kosi. Local. Give me the mic, yo. Imo. Baby, my love is blind, yo. Même si je suis aveugle, I don't feel it for you behind, yo. Now you be the Django where they blow my mind. Si, oh, my girl. Tu m'as tout donné. Cet amour est doux comme le punky, oh, my girl. Everything about you is royalty. Your body no original royalty. Me baby, you say me a grown up for catch. I know they used to royalty. Que papa tonight make a follow you, mon bébé, oh. On va s'échapper, oh. Que maman tonight make a follow you, mon bébé, oh. On va s'échapper, oh. Baby, I love you.
All right, beautiful piece of music there by C featuring Loco. It has brought the time to 5 minutes to 11 here in the studio of Apex1radio. It's exactly 5 minutes to 4 in Kumba, Cameroon, from where our reporter Kings now joins us once again. Welcome back, Tabifo.
Thank you, Mr. Kanjo. I'm still here in Kumba at the Vianello Hotel, where there's the 10th Annual General Assembly of the Cameroon Film Industry. The discussions going on are very pertinent and they're hitting the nail on the head.
Right, so tell us.
Yes, at this time they were discussing about an ongoing project negotiation with MTN, where MTN is going to provide a mobile app that works like Iroko TV and the others, where films can be streamed directly online through the MTN 4G network. And you can stream a movie, a Cameroonian movie directly, and you can watch a movie for as cheap as 200 francs. And in that way, Cameroonian producers can get their films on this platform, and people get to watch them regularly, and then they get paid a percentage of the 200 francs. So you can imagine if 100,000 people watch your movie at 200 francs, you already know how much it gets into your bank account. In as much as MTN will take a percentage out of it, but you know already what is taken into your account. So it's the new innovation that is about to come to the Cameroon film industry, and I think it's going to be very encouraging for the producers, because that was the reaction that I experienced here at this gathering. Everybody was very encouraged with that particular initiative that is ongoing now, and they are looking forward for it to materialize in the upcoming days.
Kings, tell me, is it a project that is in view, or it has already been discussed with MTN and they are just ready to go?
It's actually a discussion that is already getting to a close. It's a deal that will soon be closed. MTN is already validating the project. We don't know exactly when the project is going to be launched or when the project is going to be validated or made official. But the project is ongoing. That's the information that I have so far. I can try to get some further information later on, but for now, what is true or what is pertinent or what is palpable now is that MTN has validated the project. It's just left for them to actually do the paperwork and then get the app done.
Okay, that's beautiful information we are getting there from Kumba. When it's time to start talking to people, Tabitha will definitely seek to find out just how producers or even actors, are receiving this news. So, Kings, what's going on now?
Right now, they're still going on with deliberations. Okay. They're still talking about different matters at stake. At this time, the discussions are geared towards how they are going to move forward as concerns collaborations with actors from foreign actors, and how they are going to pay into the guild and how they're going to follow also the producer's code.
All right.
Amongst other aspects like that. I tried to pull out one or two people, but they advised me to wait for the end of this session. I'm estimating that they're going to finish all these deliberations in the next 20 to 30 minutes. But in the course of time, if I get somebody out I can interview, I'm going to signal you so that we get him on air.
Otherwise, just place your ears on the discussion. When we come back to you, you'll be summarizing it to us, Kings.
Yes, Mr. Casual. I'll be on standby.
All right.
Kosi. Local. Give me the mic, yo. Baby, my love is blind, yo. Même si je suis aveugle, I don't feel it for you behind, yo. Now you be the Django where they blow my mind. Si, oh my girl. Tu m'as tout donné. Cet amour est doux comme le punky, oh my girl.
Everything about you is royalty. Your body no original royalty. Me baby, you say me a grown up for country. I know they used to royalty. Your papa tonight make a follow you, mon bébé, oh. On va s'échapper, oh. Your mama tonight make a follow you, mon bébé, oh. On va s'échapper, oh. Baby, I love you. You, baby. I love you. Baby, I need you. I need you, baby.
You be my princess. I can take a bullet for your beauty. This kind of love they give me sugar sweetness. Specifically, you be my duty now. Okay, let's go, my baby mama. Give me all you got. No be tried by air, I'm living never. Many think I'm bad, that's a bloody woman I'm thinking lately, though. Whether to come your home, know that your papa go ask me plenty, though. We gonna take it slow for 1 or 2. I love you and I'm here for good. Sissy, no be the money they make me come your neighborhood, Sissy. I don't get catty like I know be prince. I don't get body can look my jeans. But I can promise a loving and best love for life, Sissy. Baby, je te amo, tu me fais de ré, mi, fa, sol, latido, oh, oh. Tu brilles comme les poimeaux dans le team, mon amour, ça tu me fais de ré, mi, fa, sol, latido, oh, oh.
Everything about you is royalty. Your body no original royalty. Me baby, you say me a grown up for country. I know they used to royalty. Baby, I love you. I love you, baby. I love you. Baby, I need you. I need you, baby.
My habit with you sounds sweet melody. Voice I spit out make you laugh out your lungs like comedy. Whatever happiness you get is my joy and hopefully je vais te donner toutes ces que j'ai along with subsidy. Cocody cock, guess who goes there? My love is knocking at your inner heart with no fear. Give me the chance to prove myself and everything I don't preach, yeah. I know the fear you're that I can present myself well. I'm your soldier for life. I go do more for you, CC till I reach 95. If they like the fire catapult of jealousy, nothing can put us on. Now we go live together till I make you my wife.
Everything about you is royalty. Your body no original royalty. Me baby, you say me a grown up for country.
Kosi featuring Loco in that beautiful piece of music they titled I Love You, which has put the time to 2 minutes past 11 here in the studio of Apex1radio. It's exactly 2 minutes past 4 in Bamenda, Cameroon, from where our reporter Wanchia Cynthia will be telling us about the evolution of filmmaking in that part of the country. And so we are live on Apex1radio today, covering the 2017 General Assembly of the Cameroon film industry, which is taking place in Kumba. Thanks for joining us, for those of you who have just tuned in. Okay, without much ado, let's go to Bamenda now, from where Wancha Cynthia now joins us. Cynthia, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Ernest. Special greetings to all the listeners of the program today. I'm going to be talking more to my resource person. It's somebody who's been in the film industry within the English-speaking regions of Bamenda in particular. He's popularly known as Grandpa. First of all, start by finding out or knowing something about him. before we get to ask our questions. Thank you very much for joining us on today's edition of the program.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
You want to introduce yourself?
Vuga Samson, an actor.
It's somebody with many caps. It's a teacher, it's an actor, a poet, and all that. But today, our focus is on film production, of the evolution of film production here in the Northwest region, or precisely in Bamenda. What can you say about that?
What I would say about that is we have had new faces in the field of film production in the Northwest region. There are a good number of youths now who are really very much interested, and not only being interested, but they are doing a lot to come out with some short films, particularly in Bamenda.
All right. Now, in the past, how was it done before we got into the whole modernization with technology and all that?
In the past, it was quite difficult. You know, when we were still starting, there were some difficulties at the level of equipment, you know, at the level of the standards. People were still struggling to be able to stand up. But I think that now with modern technology, with the social media, there are a number of young Cameroonians who are looking for information, who are communicating with experts abroad as far as filmmaking is concerned. So it is much better now.
Okay.
Yes.
And when did you start acting? What year?
I started acting. If it's acting in general, then I think that I started acting in the 80s.
In the 80s?
Yes.
But when did film production get to its peak within?
Okay, in the English-speaking region, particularly in Bamenda, I think that early 2000.
All right.
Yes, yes.
What did it take? How many years did it take for you to get on set to a movie or to make a film?
I think I even started through the year 2000.
Okay.
Yes. We're working with some journalists of CRTV Bamenda. I can mention here George Samukum of blessed memory. You know, he was a journalist with CRTV Bamenda. We started working with him seriously. We have Mr. D4, who was the TV center. He is still alive and now a man of God.
Okay.
So these were some of the people that supported us in one way or the other. Yes.
Would you want to mention some of the movies or some of the films?
I think I can remember Bitter Truth. That's one of the movies. I can think about The Giant Broom. I can think of films like Illusion. These are some that I can remember.
All right. And how was it done? You got into camps, or you just did differently, go and shoot?
What we did is, you know, at times we had a workshop before shooting, since we needed, you know, some expert knowledge. Here I'll mention Mr. Mulu Henry, a lecturer in Boya University. He's still, you know, alive. And I met him, you know, I think it was early this year. He was one of the persons who brought a lot of skills, taught us, you know, how to act, how to use the camera and other aspects. So he really contributed a lot. So we always started, you know, with a workshop.
And how many days did it take you?
To shoot a film.
Yes.
We could have a workshop for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes,
Okay.
2 weeks, you know,
All
2
right.
weeks, you know, which involves some practical skills.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, we can work for 3 months. 3 months.
All right.
Yes.
Now, with the passage of time, how long does it take for you? How long does it take for you people to feature? How long does it take for you to produce, for movies to be produced now?
It depends on the length of the movie, you know, it depends on the length. But I want to say that it is better to take a longer period of time and then you come out a better product. Yes. If the weather conditions are not favorable. So you have to wait.
Okay.
You know, if you don't have the basic amount of money that you need to take care of a number of things as far as production is concerned. You have to look for the money. So it is relative. But if after, preparation and everything is done, it might take 1 year to prepare. But when it's the time to shoot, because a lot of things have happened, then it can take 2 months, or even less than 2 months to shoot. Yes.
Now let's talk about film distribution. How was it done in those days?
With film distribution, well, it was like some door-to-door kind of distribution. As far as marketing is concerned, it was some kind of door-to-door kind of marketing. And then at first, people, since we were starting, we still didn't, at that time we didn't have these CDs. So it was some kind of door-to-door and then knowing people. Yes.
Okay. Yes. And what did it cost you? How much cost you?
So, at first we could have production for about 2 million. 2 million.
And the funding came from?
The funding not from abroad, but from some individuals around Bamenda. Yes, okay. Actually put in some money.
All right.
Yes.
Now, do you want to talk about some of the persons that were involved in acting with you in those days? And you want to speak?
Okay, some people were involved in acting as actors. We have Mr. Waoli Van Der, even though he was more involved in directing. We have Mr. George, who is still active now. We have Mr. Quinty Crisantos, he's still active now. We have Mr. Chop Samuel, and then we have Mr. Tangi Sumfo, who was my mentor. Yes, the household name. That's my mentor. That's the person who came when he came to 60 Bali and performed the play there with David Chuye Bunyi. I was making reference to this. He inspired me a lot. Okay. Yes, at that time I was still a student in 60 Bali. He was an elderly Boban. So when they came back and they did a performance in school, he inspired me. And from that day, I got into this. I got into it full swing. Okay.
Yeah. And what about halls, cinemas, film halls, and all that? What was the
at first we had Roxy Cinema, we had King Cinema, I can remember. These are some of the names. The cinema halls were active. And we used to go and watch films. But when it came out to the 90s, 90s getting towards 2000, the issue of going to watch films started dying down. Because the seminar halls now were becoming storehouses for building materials. So presently we don't talk about cinema halls. We used to talk about video clubs at first. Yes. But now with the advent of the channels, cable networks, I think that now we can talk about cinema halls or video clubs. Okay.
But do you want the perspective to have those halls back? Get the cinema halls back?
We have Roxy Cinema. Okay. Yes.
Which is still existing?
No. It is now, Roxy Cinema is now a depot for UCD. Oh. Yes.
But do you have plans? Do you think that there's going to be a time where we could have this halls back in existence?
It's really quite difficult because to answer this question, because now you have people watch, on television, CDs, home videos. It's difficult now because.
Okay. All right. And let's talk about consumption of our own products.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that?
I want to say that Cameroonians now have that appetite for Cameroonian products. Okay. Yes.
Compared to the past?
Yes, compared to the past. Even when you watch Cameroonian films online, when they watch Cameroonian films on television, the different African channels, they are really happy about it. The comments are good. So the mentality is changing. Because at first, they were used to Nigerian films. And that they contributed a lot to the growth of the Nigerian film industry. Okay. I think that now they know that, there's some potentials at home. And it's time for Cameroonians to support, homemade products.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the relationship that exists at the moment between those of you who have been involved in acting in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and the present generation?
With the present generation, there are some that they don't want to think that they can do it better. They don't want to think that there's something they can learn from the older generation. So I always tell them that experience is the best teacher.
Okay.
Yes, it doesn't matter, you can go to school, you are knowledgeable, and you come back, but on the field, it is different. Mm-hmm. At least they have the older generation, they have something to contribution to make. So they can learn from that, and then when they add what they have, they will become good. But there are some that respect it.
Okay.
Yes, they recognize,
right.
yes, they come out to get, advice. Yes. And as far as acting is concerned, I'm now engaged in training young actors and actresses.
Okay.
From the actors and actresses from the age of 6.
Okay.
From the age range of 6 to 20 years.
All right.
Yes, with the young generation. Because by the time, the older generation is fading out, we should have people who are there. So I'm actually having a program where I take a set of actors and actresses. We actually go through, some, let's say 4 or 5 weeks. Then after that, they have a performance on stage to see what they are capable of doing. And then when I have some partners too, then we can shoot a film.
Okay.
A short film.
Uh-huh.
Film for deal with theater for children and young people. And then have acting for films, acting for commercials, acting for theater. I focus on the young people.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing presently.
Right.
And then there are other people too who are involved in this exercise, and I think to me it's a very important mission.
Okay,
yes.
All right. And what about the relationship that exists between you actors, or maybe the associations like the Cameroon film industry, and the Ministry of Arts and Culture?
The Cameroon film industry, I'm happy now that everyone now has come to recognize the Cameroon film industry as a platform for stakeholders.
Okay.
It's a platform for stakeholders. There you have directors, you have producers, you have actors and actresses, technicians. Now you have the different guilds under that. Okay. I'm happy with that. But first, there used to be a lot of controversy. Even among the actors, there's now only one actors guild.
Okay.
And that's NACAM, the National Actors Guild of Cameroon. NACAM. The pioneer president, so I think that what I achieved is the fact that, the legal documents, and then the fact that, I made sure that the people were united. Mm-hmm. The government were separated in different factions, but now it is one. Right. I'm happy about that. I'm equally happy now that you have the Directors Guild, you have the Producers Guild, you have the Technicians Guild, and the other guilds, they are now part of the Cameroon film industry. Yes. Yes.
Hello, Ernest, you have any questions for Grandpa?
Yes, my first question to Grandpa will be in the area of training. He mentioned a while ago that he's more involved in training now, and he does that for young people, including children. Grandpa, tell me, how many of these children do you send into movies? Because we'll still find them lacking as far as movies are concerned, except for the little Tambe in Douala, whom I know. I don't find child actors in Cameroonian movies. So where are these children you train?
You have, take for instance, Nina's Dowry. Mm-hmm. Nina's Dowry, you have, the kids in Nina's Dowry. Even though now they are already grown up, there are some in America, the kids in Nina's Dowry, these are some of the kids that I recommended for Nina's Dowry.
Okay.
There are other films that are taking place here in the Northwest region. There are some that presently, there are a good number of films now that have these young people there. So I'm doing that so that eventually, when we need kids to work with, we'll readily have those kids. They will not just be coming in as if they have just found them on the streets or whatever to take them to get into film acting, but they need to have an idea. So I've taken Nina's Dowry, as an example, and there's one which is coming up, and that is a play, we call it Wild Mangoes. Wild Mangoes. It's a film that has been shot. It is something done by children. You know, it's mainly for children. It's a film for children, and that one is coming up. And then there are others.
My second question is in the area of the quality of films that have been produced in Bamenda today. I understand that in the past, your images were kind of approximate, but we understand because you didn't have the kind of equipment which you have today. So, with the passage of time and the coming of new information and communication technologies, would you say that the quality of your movies have improved? Otherwise, are you saying that technology is not necessarily professionalism?
I want to say that the quality of the movies have improved.
Okay.
Normally, there are few people who are coming in, and there are some that they don't think about quality. They just want to have a production house. But I want to say that, you know, those who are actually engaged and those who belong to the different guilds, they are doing, you know, a good job now, because there is that issue of taking time to do something. If it's a short movie, the energy that you put in, the same energy that you can use for a full-length movie, you can use it for a short movie, so that the quality should be good, so that the acting should be better. I think that there's a marked improvement now.
Okay, another question. The Northwest region has 7 divisions, which means that you have 7 original stories, and you have other sub-stories. You understand that Cameroon has so many tribes, so many stories. Just how much do you exploit these stories of the Northwest in movies that are made in that part of Cameroon?
I want to say that there's a tendency where some people want to go in for glamour. But I think that with the coming of Nina's Dowry, from that time people are now conscious that we should be able to tell our own stories. So there's now a shift towards, telling stories that are original, now of the Northwest region, getting into the grassroots. So now there is that, that tendency of producing movies that depict, our way of life in the Northwest region.
A couple of years ago, the rate of production of movies in Bamenda increased tremendously. And at one time, virtually every blessed day, there were film teams, on location spread around the city. Is that still the case today? Otherwise, tell me, just how many films are being produced in Bamenda, let's say, annually?
I want to say that at times there was a mad rush and the issue of quality. So a lot of criticisms were coming in. So people now were thinking about quality. So now, people are they are critics, but they make sure that because I want to that now if we are talking about the films that we know. We are not talking about the ones that are done behind the house, the whatever, but the ones that actually pass when they put on the right, we cannot discuss. So I consider that annually we should have about 20 but I want to make the ones that will actually go to the
Apparently, we have difficulties there getting through to Bamenda, where our reporter Wancha Cynthia has been speaking with one of the pioneers of filmmaking in that part of the country, Vuga Samson, a.k.a. Grandpa. Okay, if we have time, we may probably come back to run off that discussion with Grandpa. Otherwise, AJ, I think we should be going to Kumba.
Yeah, man. It's a whoopee. Oh, 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 oh. take my heart away. Take my heart away. Come boy now, no be play play. No be play play. He say he wanna see my mama, yeah. But baby, baby, don't you dare. Tout ce que tu veux, je peux le faire. Si tu parles de l'amour sincère, sincère. Me saw him on a Tuesday, kissed him on the same day. Never felt the same way, the same way. I'm gonna fall for you. 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 Bad girls don't cry, but at once do. Me a hot girl, so don't you break my heart into two. Cause me gon' cry, me gon' cry, yeah. Bad girls don't cry, but at once do. Me a hot girl, so don't you break my heart into two. Cause me gon' cry, me gon' cry, cry. Me saw him on a Tuesday, kissed him on the same day. I've never felt the same way, the same way. I'm gonna fall for you. 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 That's what the time is up.
Beautiful piece there by Wube. She is one of the frontline Cameroonian urban artists. Special dedication to you, Eline Fessebazil, Cameroonian actress. I don't know if she's in Kumba, but Kings is going to tell us when he joins us on the airwaves. But then, looks like Bamenda is signaling. We'll get back to Cynthia and Grandpa to run off from that. And it was a very interesting conversation in which the film pioneer was telling us about the evolution of filmmaking in the northwest region of Cameroon. We've talked about training, we've talked about marketing, we've talked about stories, and lots more. Okay, let's see if Cynthia is ready. And if that is the case, we'll be getting back to Bamenda at exactly 26 minutes past 11. We should be 26 minutes past 4. Welcome back, Cynthia.
Thank you again, and so that we were definitely just rounding up. Grandpa was telling you that on average, about 20 films could be produced annually from Bamenda or from the northwest region. I think we just get your concluding words, Grandpa. What are some of the things that you want to see changed when we talk about film production from Bamenda?
I want to see the quality of acting improve.
Okay.
Yes, that is why to me it's very, very important for the younger generation to be trained.
All right.
But I think they will have talent. You know, there are young actors and actresses now that I have.
Okay.
You know, that they can give you the different emotions that you need.
Okay.
Yes, there's quality. All they need that there are people when they are producing films, let them know that we have young actors and actresses who can do something just like these guys from the Philippines, they're doing it, we are seeing that. Yeah. So that is
which is the best movie you had featured in?
Well, let me talk about the one which is still to come, Samba.
All right.
Samba.
What's the expecting that?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it's a series.
All right.
Samba by Ellen Grant.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
that is
and you have it in your opening.
Yes.
How soon are we expecting that?
It's going to come on soon. I don't know if the producer that knows when, but Kiss of Death, is another one, Kiss of Death. We have Only Feet of Rooted, there's a number of them.
Oh, nice. Okay. Ines, thank you very much for having us on today's edition of the program. I think that's how we're going to wrap it up from America, so we can continue with live reports from Kumba, where we have the Cameroon Film and Industry Festival that's ongoing. Please just remind our listeners again that we're talking to
Vuga Samson,
alias Grandpa. That is it from us from this end. Thank you very much, Ines.
What a beautiful way of running off from that end, Cynthia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vuga Samson, and wish you all the best as we continue the live transmission of the CFI General Assembly that is taking place in Kumba. Cynthia, do have a fantastic rest of the day. And Grandpa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you much more, my brother. You're doing it.
Okay, we're speaking there to one of Cameroon's frontline actors who has featured in so many films, including Cluster, a 2007 Musing Derek masterpiece. He recently did Samba, that is a TV series that has just been nominated for the Best Actress in a TV Series, Best Actor in a TV Series, and Best Costume, and also Best Series in 2017. That is at the Golden Movie Awards Africa, and that series is produced by Omega One Entertainment, run by Brenda Shea Lung. Then Grandpa is also featured in Kiss of Death, produced by Agent Pico and Ala Leonard. Lots of other films there. Okay, Ajan, what do we have now? Who is ready for us? Is it Tabby 4?
Right now we're about to check on Tabby 4 to see what is going on with the CFI meeting that is going on in Cameroon. All
right, so let's play for time as we brace to go to Kumba.
Me saw him on a Tuesday, kissed him on the same day. I've never felt the same way, the same way. I mean, I can't fall for you. 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 I mean, I can't fall for you.
It will be that beautiful piece of music. We are also celebrating music. It's 11:30 here in the studio of Apex1radio, 10:30 in Minnesota. Ken Shali Monenda joins us once again. Ken, welcome back.
Thank you.
Ken, I was speaking with my reporter in Bamenda who had a guest there, an interesting one, of course, Grandpa, whom we know so well. Tell me, what caught your attention in that conversation?
Well, I'm very happy for the fact that, as a grandpa in the industry, he spoke like one. And the fact that he's doing everything in his might to see that we have, young upcoming actors and actresses in the industry. And when he cited an example of the kids that he brought into the movie, what is this movie again? Sorry, it skipped my memory. But again, when he cited the young actors and actresses that he has brought into the industry and how he's trying to groom these kids to get involved in the industry, I got extremely excited and happy. But again, my main concern is those of us who are the driving force of this industry today. How are we trying to encourage these kids to come into the industry? What effort are we putting? Is it only going to be done by Grandpa himself? Is he going to be the solo person to stand and take this command to encourage these young kids to join the industry? How are our actions and the productions we are doing today helping us to make these kids see the possibilities and the good things that comes with being a movie actor or a movie producer?
Casually, Monet, in our conversation with Grandpa, he mentioned that there are some people in the industry who are kind of allergic to training. They don't want to train, and perhaps they feel that they are already knowledgeable enough or skillful enough. Now tell me, what is the role of training, and do you think that CFI, that is meeting in Kumba today, should take the aspect of training in the industry seriously? Okay, looks like we have difficulties reaching Ken. Let's go to Kumba and speak with our reporter on the field to find out just what is going on. Tabifor, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kanjo.
Okay, so what's going on now?
Right now, they are discussing some other matters. I'm with Mr. Wa. He's ready to grant an interview. He's good at taking shots, but I'm sure at some point he will stop and take the interviews.
Okay. Hello?
Yes.
Yes, did you say you are with Wa Musi?
Yes, I'm with Wa Musi. Yes, so as soon as the show is on, I will just do a small intro and then we'll get him on.
Okay, Wa Musi, welcome to Apex1radio.
Yes, he'll be with us in the next 1-2 minutes. Just want to take some few shots.
All right, that's fine. So who is speaking now?
Right now, I don't know his name, but he's just talking about general matters.
Okay.
Concerns criteria to be in the guide. They're also talking about some issues about some people who are pretending to be actors or pretending to be in the industry when they're not registered and stuff like that. Just general matters at this point.
Okay, that's beautiful. So you're listening to a live transmission of the CFI General Assembly Board.
Mr. Wa is available, so okay. I can pass it to him.
Welcome on board, Wa Musi.
Hello?
Wa Musi, welcome on Apex1radio. Hello, Kings.
Yeah.
Yes. Could you just move a little bit away from
yes,
whoever is speaking?
I'm away already.
Okay. So we have Wa Musi. Wa Musi, welcome.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. Is Wa Musi there?
Yes, Wa Musi. I'm here.
Okay. Wa Musi, welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ines Kanjo.
Right. I'm going to ask you a very straight question. A while ago, our reporter mentioned that the Assembly was discussing the fact that the former board chair of CFI has refused vehemently to hand the official documents of the organization to the current board. Now, as former interim president of CFI, what would such an action mean to such an organization?
Yes, Mr. Ines Kanjo. It was brought up in the General Assembly by one of the participants who raised the question of the legality of the Cameroon film industry, its official legal papers, and being in the possession of the former board chair, Mr. Ocha Vitalis, and the respondent in question, Mr. Alex Mbio, who is the present board chair of the Cameroon film industry, made it clear to the Assembly that since he took over office, he's not had the official documents from Mr. Ocha Vitalis. And this question raised a lot of eyebrows in the General Assembly. And with the General Assembly being the highest functioning body of the Cameroon film industry, it took a lot of time for the members to deliberate on this. And I must say, as a former board chair of the Cameroon film industry and the founding president, I think this is relatively a handicap to the Cameroon film industry because an industry cannot be run without the official documents. And if this persists, I am afraid we might be running into the kind of situation where we had with organizations like Feka Food, where you had another person running his own organ on this side and another person. Because I must tell you, the reasons that were brought up by the present board for the documents still being in the possession of Mr. Otia is that he has been using these documents in different public arenas, as well as in presenting himself as the president of the Cameroon film industry, Kollywood. So I think this is a real problem, and I think the Assembly has given the keys to the present board to look into it, following all legal means in retrieving the documents from Mr. Ocha Vitalis. You know, the Assembly cannot tell the present board how to go about this, but the present board has met the Assembly to understand that the masters the law very well, because they have legal minds in the board, and they are going to, they assure the Assembly that with the key tools that have been given to the board to pursue Otia Vitalis in retrieving this document, they are going to make sure that they get possession of the document. And the statement that came out of the mouth of the board chair was that he is relatively assuring the assembly that they should allow everything in his hands. He's going to use all his diplomacy to get it. And if by the time he leaves office, he doesn't get the document, they should hold him responsible. So I think that is the only thing I can say, but I think it's a terrible thing for Otia Vitalis to still be in possession of the documents, because we haven't heard from him, and he wasn't present too in this assembly to let us understand why, as an actor exercising in the Cameroon film industry and a former board chair, is still in possession of the document.
But now, Wamusi, you are a former board chair, and there is a current one. Why can't both of you plan and meet Otia Vitalis so that you put diplomacy on the table and discuss things out? Don't you think that is a responsibility?
Yes, MS, I must tell you that when I had to hand over to Otia Vitalis, it was a simple procedure. Because I'm someone who masters the law and I've worked in a lot of international organizations, I know what it means when power passes hand or passes forward to another person. I actually handed those documents to Otia Vitalis peacefully. And I expected that Otia Vitalis, if the mandate of Alex, or if his mandate came to an end, he should have officially handed that document as I did to him. If he's still keeping the document, the thing is the board did not at any instance bring up this issue to me privately before this assembly for me to understand that Otia is refusing to give the document. Only some members have been telling me behind, okay, Otia is in possession of documents because he doesn't think he's no more the board chair. And to me, I couldn't intervene at that level because it was information coming from broken sources. And I think that if the board had contacted me, we would have together sat as former chairperson and discussed on this issue. But nevertheless, the board is still reassuring the assembly that they will take all the necessary disposition, which they have already started in a series of negotiation meetings that have been held to get the documents in an amicable way. But it proves from all indications that for the past 2 weeks, they have been expecting that Otia was going to hand the documents based on what they agreed in the previous amicable meetings that they had. But if the assembly today comes and brings this issue up, it means that they have given the organ, the present board, the legal right to pursue Otia Vitalis. And I think if I have to make any contribution, that would be after having a frank discussion with the present board chairperson. Okay, so we'll leave that for some other time, Wamusi. But then, last question before you go back to the meeting. 1 year on, if you were to assess the work that has been done by the current board, what would you say? Well, I would say, Ernest, we have practically, there's been this political upheaval in Cameroon. We have lost like 6 months of inactivity, but we are in an art sector where we call the film business. The economy of the nation is dropping, and it's also affecting us in the film business. And if I were to assess the current board, I will be assessing them based on their functionality within the past 6 months, because this present 6 months, well, I won't really put a card on the table. But let me assure you that they have been working because, to the best of my knowledge, they have had a series of board meetings respecting the constitution of the Cameroon film industry and holding meetings within the time frames that are allocated, and also just having had the audacity to call up this General Assembly 1 year after, which is stipulated in the Constitution, that at the end of each year, the board or the chairperson must be able to convene an extraordinary General Assembly. I think this is clear proof of their determination in carrying forth with the activities of the Cameroon film industry, which I so much appreciate. Wamusi, if we have time, we'll come back to you before this broadcast session ends. Thank you so much for your inputs, and have a fantastic deliberation with the rest of the members of the team. Thank you, Ernest Kanjo. Thank you, Apex1Radio. Thank you to your representative here. Tabi Fokem, who is here, Tabi Fokem, who is here to represent Apex1radio. The assembly applaud your activities. They applaud your wonderful contribution in the growth of the Cameroon film industry, and we are looking forward to seeing how we can continuously support the Apex1radio to move to higher heights. Thank you very much for dispatching a very wonderful team to be here to cover this General Assembly in Kumba.
Thank you, Wamusi. Kings.
Mr. Kenjo.
Yes, what's going on now?
Thank you. That was yours, Wamusi. Very eloquent and very straight to the point.
Right. Now, Kings, let's just say you catch your breath, then we'll come back to you in the next couple of minutes.
Okay, I'll be on standby.
Yeah.
Mr. Lee on the beats. Nation, baby.
It's easy Panchaco. Yeah. Blue Nation. See, you already know. Wow. No need to change. No need to bleach. Oh. No need to shame. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh. I like you like that, oh. I review you like that, oh. Yeah. When there's fire on the mountain, yeah. Then you I want to run to. When the world want to hate on me, yeah. Then you I got to lean on. My cherry coco, sweetie tomato. Give me your heart, baby, no let go, no. My jolie baby, sweetie tomato. Try, give me your love, baby, je t'aime. No need to change, no need to bleach, oh. No need to shame, mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh, I like you like that, oh. I like you like that. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah. No need to change, no need to bleach, oh. No need to shame, mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh, I like you like that, oh. I like you like that. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah. Girl, you come out for who can side, so when you make me just the grace they go. You be picking for who can man, so girl, you're beautiful. My cherry coco, sweetie tomato. Give me your heart, baby, no let go, no. My jolie baby, sweetie tomato. Try, give me your love, baby, je t'aime, je t'aime. No need to change, no need to bleach, oh. No need to shame. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. Oh, I like you like that, oh. Like that, oh. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah. No need to change, no need to bleach, oh. No need to shame. Mon bébé, tu es très belle comme ça. I like you like that, oh. Like that, oh. I feel you like that, oh. Yeah, like that. Like that, oh. Blue Nation. See, you already know. Like that, oh. When it's scary and dark, then are you I will run to. When it's rainy and cold, then are you I will run to. Don't keep me waiting, no, me waiting. Mommy, don't keep me waiting, no. Panchaco.
Hey, Mr. K Mix.
This is Apex1radio broadcasting from Columbus, Ohio, United States of America. We're covering the General Assembly of the Cameroon Film Industry, CFI, live from Kumba in the southwest region of Cameroon. Okay, we'll be right back with you.
Like this. To the
To the right, yeah. To the left, to the right. Let's go. When I'm up in the morning, I give thanks to God for the things He's done for my family. All the food and the clothes, the games, the toys. Say yeah if you know what I'm talking about. So it makes sense to enjoy the party. 2 steps to the beat, don't hurt nobody. Well, it makes sense to enjoy the party. 2 steps to the beat, don't hurt nobody. Everybody dance in the air. It's a celebration, y'all. If you study hard, tonight is the night. We gon' party with our friends for our family. Mom and dad are always. We do this for our family. Mom and dad are always. Don't be sad when you're dancing. You could do with your friend, no hurting. I got my brothers right here, and you right there. Let's have fun, cause it's our time. Dance got the break dance. Tyler's gonna rock and roll. Me, I'm gonna moonwalk. And my mom, she's gonna have to root for us. Everybody dance in the air. It's a celebration, y'all. If you study hard, tonight is the night. We gon' party with our friends for our family. Mom and dad are always. We do this for our family. Mom and dad are always. We do this for our family. Mom and dad are always. We do this for our family. Mom and dad are always. Are you happy? Cause it's our party. Tell me, are you happy? Cause it's our party. Are you happy? Cause it's our party. If you're happy and you know it, put your hands up in the air. Everybody dance in the air. It's a celebration, y'all. If you study hard, tonight is the night. We gon' party with our friends for our family. Our mom and dad are always. We do this for our family. Our mom and dad are always. Everybody dance in the air, dance in the air. If you study hard, tonight is the night, We do this for our family. Our mom and dad are always. We do this for our family. Our mom and dad are always. Everybody dance in the air. It's a celebration, y'all. If you study hard, tonight is the night. We gon' party with our friends for our family. Our mom and dad are always. We do this for our family. Our mom and dad are always. It's a C-boy.
Que ton nom soit sanctifié. Règne sur mon cœur.
special dedication to any kid that's an orphan, to any kid in a broken home, and everyone in pain. It's the middle of the winter and I'm so cold I could barely feel my fingers, and I'm just trying to take the bus to my friend's house. Or is that too much to ask? Mom and Dad up in heaven, so I know they're looking over me. Every day I wake up hoping I don't have to move again to another foster home. My name is Natalie, this is my life, and I hope one day to see the light. I just wanna be loved, I just wanna have somebody. I don't wanna be alone. Tell me if you'll be there for me when your world comes crumbling down and you can't really make a sound, and all they do is try to break you, but you never let them take you. Sometimes I wonder if they really feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. My pain. Feel me when your world comes crumbling down and you can't really make a sound, and all they do is try to break you, but you never let them take you. Sometimes I wonder if they really feel my pain. It's a new situation, but I must admit it's really, really getting to me. Dad is not around, he moved to another house, so now it's up to Mom for her to figure it out. Day in, day out, this is the same thing. So I have my feelings, cause I don't want to hurt. When the times get hard, yeah, I pray to God. My name is Nathan, and one day I hope to see the light. I just wanna be loved, I just wanna have somebody. I don't wanna be alone. Tell me if you'll be there for me when your world comes crumbling down and you can't really make a sound, and all they do is try to break you, but you never let them take you. Sometimes I wonder if they really feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. My pain. Feel me when your world comes crumbling down and you can't really make a sound, and all they do is try to break you, but you never let them take you. Sometimes I wonder if they really feel my pain. I want you to be there for me. I want you to be there for me. Be the light up in the dark, be the sun that brightens my day. If you do this all for me, I will never, ever, ever feel when your world comes crumbling down and you can't really make a sound, and all they do is try to break you, but you never let them take you.
This is Apex1radio. We are back with a live broadcast of the CFI General Assembly meeting taking place in Kumba. And in just a couple of seconds here, we'll be getting back to our Mind Before Kings.
My pain, feel when your world comes crumbling down and you can't really make a sound, and all they do is try to break you, but you never let them take you. Sometimes I wonder if they really feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. Tell me if you feel my pain. My pain.
Okay, this is Apex1radio. There are signals that Kumba is back on the airwaves. Kings, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello, Kings.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Kanjo.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Kanjo. We're right there back. Yes, we're back here in Kumba with the General Assembly of the Cameroon film industry, and we practically closed the session. I'm going to send you the recording of the last words of the president of the Board of Administrators of the Cameroon film industry, the person of Mr. Yao, in a few minutes. So right now we're about to get to socializing and item 11, and that's the situation as of now.
Okay, so do you have anybody around whom we can talk with?
Yes, I'm here with Mr. Fomika. He's also a board member of the Cameroon film industry. I think I should put him on now.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Yes, hello. You're welcome on Apex1radio.
Come again?
Yeah, you're welcome on Apex1radio.
Okay. Yes, as the correspondent has rightly said, I am Fominka T. Nestra, a board member, and at the same time, the president of the Writers Guild of Cameroon.
Right.
So, yes, we are...
Mr. Fominka, you're welcome on board. My first question will be this. How would you assess the conduct of today's General Assembly meeting?
Yeah, it was generally a successful GA, I can assure you, because all the qualities of the people have been met. What people needed to know, we all took the time to educate them on how the board has been working for the past 1 year and all the achievements of the board. So, and from the plan of action for the next year.
Okay. Now, as a representative of the Writers Guild, did you push the agenda of the guild, across?
Yes, that I did, and I actually laid a complaint because we have an issue at the level of the Writers Guild, which is the fact that writers are at the same time producers, at the same time directors, at the same time actors. So they tend to prioritize these other guilds than belonging to the Writers Guild. So I did make the board to understand that we need to tell these people to go back because a good movie starts from a good script. Okay. So we are working on putting this guild to start working firmly because if you have a bad script, no matter the kind of characters you bring on board, no matter the kind of equipment you have on board, you will never make a good script.
Okay. And has the board made any promises on how they're going to collaborate with the guild? Otherwise, what message are you taking back to your house?
The board did promise us that they will see into that. It is just getting to the other guild because somebody like Billy Bob, a producer, is the one who wrote this movie, the series Rumble. So they should come back and belong to the Writers Guild where we can control organized training because like what happened in the Grand Noir where all our movies were rejected because of poor screenplay. So if we empower this guild, the Writers Guild, we'll be able to have training, bring people from outside to train us on how to screenwrite our script, and from there we'll make good movies.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Fominka, and we hope that your guild is definitely going to be... Hello?
Hello? You are welcome. I'm grateful talking to you.
Oh, okay, thank you so much. I do have a fantastic rest of the day out there in Kumba. Tabby for Kings.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. This is Apex1radio. Tabby for Kings, are you still there?
Yes, I'm with you 5 on 5.
Okay, so what are they doing now? What activity is going on now?
Right now, the socializing going on. The table is set. They'll soon do prayers before meal or grace before meal. I'm close to Mr. Agbogi, but he's not yet ready to talk. So I'm moving towards Mr. Mdiao, the president of the Cameroon film industry. At this time, he's taking shots with some of the members of the board. Maybe we can wait for him for a few seconds. I can have him handy. But at this time, I'm moving around and trying to see who I can get.
Okay. And as Tabby for Kings does that, for those of you just joining us, this is Apex1radio. We're covering the General Assembly of the Cameroon film industry.
Yes, Mr. Kanjo?
Yes, Kings.
Mr. Kanjo?
Yes, Tabby for.
Mr. Kanjo?
Yes,
yes,
5 on 5.
I have here with me Mr. Takum Fred. Yes, he's the vice president of NAPCAM. He has been very instrumental with everything that has to do with the organization of the different guys of the Cameroon film industry. I think he's a very important resource person we should talk to.
Takum Fred, welcome to Apex1radio. Welcome to Apex1radio. Welcome to Apex1radio, Takum Fred.
Thank you very much.
My first question is, I would like you to assess the conduct of this meeting. Would you say that it is a successful General Assembly meeting you've just had there in Kumba?
Hello, I'm not very clear. Can you repeat?
Would you say that it is a successful General Assembly meeting you just had in Kumba? How would you assess the conduct of the meeting?
Yes. I think I would say it's a successful General Assembly meeting of the Cameroon film industry that has just ended, because population-wise, at least we had very many people, actors, producers and directors who came. And then also, with the issues that were discussed online, the agenda itself was so wonderful. People responded who asked questions and were enlightened one thing or the other. And Kumba, which had been like a confused and a slippery ground, CFI matters, there were some small factors that have been taking place. I'm sure, and I want to clearly say, with all confidence, that clarifications are done 100%, and things are moving on fine.
What is the biggest resolution you took in Kumba today, if you want to write home with just one message?
What will be the biggest?
What is the biggest resolution you took out of the meeting today?
Oh, yes. One of the biggest resolutions we took today is concerning the ratification of the CFI Limited that was created by CFI as a company that has to do marketing of its products, content providing. Ratification so that it will be included in its production code. Another very important resolution we took today is for the guilds. The guild heads and to make sure that the guilds are well structured wherever they are, the different branches, so that they create the different branches and make them well structured so that we don't have a quagmire situation as it has been before. Another one which was a very good resolution was that the General Assembly gave the powers to the board to contact the former board chair who has the document, the original document of the Cameroon film industry, and does not want to tender them in to the present board. For what purpose we don't know, and but the General Assembly gave that mandate so that the board can do everything possible to take this document. So the board attitude strategies, all diplomatic ways of having them to no avail. But they're given the powers now to go on even legally to acquire this document.
Fred Takum, last question. It's exactly 13 months since your board got on board to work. Tell me, what would you say has been your greatest achievement?
We've had so many achievements. First, we acquired an office space, which CFI had never had before, thanks to the board itself. Even though the office space is still to be equipped fully, the next achievement is the creation of this company, the CFI Limited, which is going to help solve the marketing problem that CFI has been facing seriously. And then also the realization of a memorandum of understanding between the CFI and the various guilds, how they're going to operate, and the benefits that are going to come two ways, how they're going to flow. Those are the things that I want to think that is the greatest achievement. And one main thing is the fact that people are getting to believe in the present board, the present CFI, and supporting this activity.
Fred Takum, thank you so much. We will find time to come back to all of what we've just discussed. Hopefully you're having a nice time in Kumba. We want to thank you for joining us on this radio broadcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, Kings.
Yes, at this time, they are leading people to the table. I'm sure they're going to pray any time from now. I'm moving towards the president of the Cameroon film industry, but unfortunately, he has just started going to table. Same with Agbogiva that I've been struggling to get for a while now. So, looking around, most people are busy now, trying to get to the table. So maybe you call me in a while after maybe people have settled down eating, and then we can catch one or two people.
That is good for me. So, Kings, thank you so much. We'll definitely be back with you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kanjo. I'll be on standby.
Beautiful, beautiful, I'm beautiful. Oh, yeah. When money enters account, some people them start to frown. Now Jehovah lifts me high, make you no check am twice. So Oneke, you love me now. Peter, they give me ring. Just say I'm beautiful, oh because I'm money. Tout ce que j'avais c'était l'espoir, tout ce que j'avais c'était les rêves, oh. Tout ce que j'avais c'était mon micro, tout ce que j'avais c'était ma voix. Oh.
Mel B. Queen in that beautiful latest piece there titled Beautiful. We'll find time to come back to that, and why not talk with the artists as well. That will be some other day on some other show. But for now, we're discussing the Cameroon film industry, CFI. And like our reporter mentioned a while ago, deliberations are over and socialization has just begun. But then we're going to use this opportunity while people are socializing to talk with them. But that will be when we have signals from Kumba. For now, let's go to Minnesota. Ken, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Ken, a lot has been going on, and you listened there to our reporter in Kumba a while ago. We shall find time to come back to the Bamenda conversation, which was really interesting. But then let's discuss what has been going on in Kumba. We just spoke with the vice president of CFI. We spoke to other people, and everybody seems to be satisfied with the fact that there was... it was a hitch-free meeting. Usually CFI meetings are characterized by, fierce arguments, at times flexing of muscles, but that wasn't the case today. So, back here in the USA and following the events back home, are you a happy man that the GA is hitch-free?
Well, for the fact that it's hitch-free, I'm definitely happy. I mean, we don't want this argument and fighting when we go and hold meetings all the time. So
right.
The fact that they held a successful meeting, there were no fighting, and people did not pick on each other personally, it's a good thing. It's a good footnote. It's something which is good. It's something positive. But again, this is my main point of concern. In as much as it is a hitch-free meeting and it's a successful meeting and they are all going down to the item 11, my question is, are the most important issues affecting this industry, have they been discussed? Do we have solutions for them? And if so, what are the solutions to solve the main problems that we have in this industry? Mr. Ennis, I'm talking with, not to talk to him, but I'm talking with a lot of emotions, and I really feel bad because I just watched a video of somebody who is in this, and I'm shocked to realize that actors pay. It is my first time to hear, and I never knew this is what is happening in Cameroon, to realize that actors have to pay to go for auditions. I mean, how come? Where? How is that? For me, that is exploitation. That producers are saying that actors have to pay to be auditioned because this is how they can be able to do their production. Are you kidding me? Why should actors pay to be auditioned?
That is a good point you raise there. But Ken, there is an actors guild which should look into this. And if at this point in time, or if we are still talking about actors paying to be auditioned today, it means that the guild should be faulted for not doing its work as far as this is concerned.
Yeah, definitely. It should be. But again, I believe that we as producers, I'm talking on as a producer, we have to be responsible.
Okay.
We have to know that it is wrong. It is wrong to ask actors to pay to come and audition for a movie just to be auditioned. This is where corruption starts. Because this is the place where you put misplaced actors into roles that does not fit them. That is how it starts, because an actor can come in and say that, okay, since we are paying to audition, let's say the fee is 2,000 francs, for example, and another actor can just come in and say, you know what, I can give you up to 20,000 francs provided you can give me this role. And that is how we destroy our industry. It is wrong to ask actors to pay to audition. The moment they start to cough out their money to pay to be auditioned, corruption sets in. Because at that initial moment, somebody who has paid higher than the other, or who has paid, and the moment you pay, and you audition and you don't get that role, it becomes a problem because you go out there and say that they took your money and they did not give you the role.
Ken, one of the items that was presented at the GA today was a convention which CFI is about to sign with the multinational mobile telephone network company MTN, and if I got it well, MTN through its 4G network system would ensure that Cameroonian movies are screened. I don't know if it's on people's phones or what. We're going to get the details of that. But do you think that this is a giant step, ahead?
Definitely, it is a giant step. It is a giant step, but I will be very, very clear and direct to you, Mr. Ernest. Our industry, our Cameroon film industry being what it is, that I've known for the past years, I just pray and hope we are not going to use individualism and destroy this great opportunity. The reason why I'm saying this is because I am also on the producer side. And when I see how some producers talk on there, I bet you, Mr. Ernest Kanjo, I cry. I cry because I see how people are so ignorant in their reasoning. The point is, this is an idea which is well welcome. I don't see any reason why, if I have to inject an idea into the industry and the idea becomes a beautiful one that can help each and everyone, then I will not allow people to sleep. I have to go around singing every day that if not of me, I have done this, I have done this. Always this issue of I have done this for the industry, I have done this, what have you done, what have you done? This is wrong. This is wrong. We are trying to build an industry together, and we should stop thinking about ourselves. We should put ourselves aside and think of the entire industry and see how it is growing. This is the main reason why we are not growing, Mr. Ernest Kanjo. Now MTN is doing this. My main prayer, my greatest prayer would be this. This is what I'm praying that MTN should do. MTN should work within itself. And for me, I would say that they should not work with any person within our industry. They should work within themselves, put everything together, and then start to ask for producers to send in this movie, so much so that we should allow and let this backbiting go so that the MTN can do what they have to do to put us in the market so that people can start to see our products. Our industry is a rich industry with thousands of movies. Recently, we just heard the other lady said that in Bamenda, they shoot as much as about 20 movies per year. Which means if you go to Southwest Province, you'll be talking of at least about 20 or 30 too. So that gives you about 50 movies, let's say approximately 50 movies per year. But if you go into the market today, you don't have up to 10 Cameroonian movies in the market. So if we have this opportunity that is coming up, and with the meager price that MTN is putting on it to support our product, I think we need to take a lot of advantage of it and make use of it. Let's stop thinking about ourselves. Let's think about the entire industry. Let's grow. Let's grow before we start to think of any other thing. But we should grow together as a community and as a people if we really want this Cameroon film industry to succeed. And I've said this countless times, we should learn to use our products. We should stop going all the time to foreign countries to go and look for actors to come and make us look good. We have everything that it takes to make us look what we want to be in the society. It is just an issue of how we use our consciences.
Okay, we have everything to make us grow. Ken Shalim is his name. He's on standby in Minnesota, and of course, we are benefiting from his inputs on this gigantic radio broadcast session devoted to the live coverage of the Cameroon Film Industry General Assembly meeting taking place in Kumba. Our reporter just told us a while ago that deliberations are over and the film boys and girls are socializing. We'll be getting back to Tabby for the next couple of minutes, but let's have some music. No, we're not having music now. Apparently, Ken Charlie-Monet, I wanted to come back to a presentation of the Cameroon film industry because this film organization, this film movement has been ongoing for 9 years, but it could still be strange that some Cameroonians don't know about it. And I think that is still a problem. So we'll just go back to a presentation of CFI. Thereafter, we shall move to Boya, not Boya, but Kumba. So this is a presentation of CFI which we did this same time last year. So don't go away, we'll be right back. The story of CFI begins in June of 2008 when a group of young yet ambitious filmmakers, especially the ones who direct and produce movies, meet in Boya and lay the foundation of what is to become a new film movement. This foundation is going to be laid under the banner of what is agreed upon as the Cameroon Film Industry, CFI. The idea initiated and boldly presented by Agbo Gibet Ebot, one of the country's leading film producers, is aimed at reorganizing the film sector, inject a new spirit of professionalism and associative spirit of bringing the country's film sector into the limelight and convincing the world that Cameroon is richly blessed in that domain. Now, before pioneering members disperse from Boyan, they agree that this baby concept will be marketed to the rest of the world as much as possible, but they must also embark on specialization and professionalism throughout the life of CFI. This means training themselves is imperative. All these ideas are put forth in a bid to reintroduce order in a sector that was and has always been seen as haphazard in its functioning. Now, the first major step CFI takes is to remotely set up an interim body dubbed CFI Caretaker Committee. Headed by Wa Musi, the Caretaker Committee is charged with studying the film sector, producing a constitution for the organization, developing every possible organigram, and most salient, ensuring that CFI is legalized with the state of Cameroon. Wamusi and team are given 8 months to accomplish this task. Together with Chato Collins as Secretary General, Agbogibet Ebot, Musing Doric, and Chi Anthony as PROs, and of course others, the Wamusi team sets for work with no waste of time. For some reason, generally associated to the popularity of the concept engineer that is Agbogibet Ebot, CFI quickly wins admiration and news about its existence whips across Cameroon and even abroad. The second major step is CFI's first convention aimed at sensitizing the entire film movement. This convention is held at the Ngwakele Lycée Leclerc School Hall in Yaoundé. We are in September of 2008. Amongst the items of the convention is the brand name of the industry. And without getting into details, a majority of delegates vote for Collywood. The brand name was adopted, but that is going to be the beginning of a later episode on brand name that is stormy and introduces some of the most bitter moments in the life of CFI. Gradually, that episode fades out. In November of 2008, CFI gets into its third episode, that is the famous Kumba Convention. At this meeting, still considered as the most successful, the decision to create regional coordinations is taken. Also, the idea to start looking into the creation of guilds is raised and noted down, at least remotely. After Kumba 2008, regional coordinations of CFI go operational. Actor Yimbu Emmanuel heads the Yaoundé coordination. Mathieu Ngangum of blessed memory is in charge of Kumba, and Eric Mungwa is in charge of the Boya coordination. During this time, the process is legalized. The process to legalize the organization is still ongoing. The constitution is still under review as well. Now, upon expiration of the 8 months given to the Wa Musi team to get CFI rolling ain't legal, concerns start being raised. Clamoring for elections to get the first board of directors becomes rife. Now, time passes and no such elections are organized. Tension begins to rise. Breakaways begin to occur. Hardcore critics are being born, yet CFI lives on. 3 years are gone past. No elective General Assembly as calls for Wa Musi to resign increase. In 2011, the president of the caretaker committee decides to do a nationwide tour to give a balance sheet and explain the difficulties his team went through in the struggle to legalize CFI. The feet-dragging attitude of members toward registration is highlighted by the caretaker committee as one of the major setbacks. Wa Musi's tour takes him to Yaoundé, Douala, Boya, Kumba, and back to Bamenda, his base. It is generally perceived that after this tour, he would declare the date for the much-awaited elective General Assembly. That desire is only granted 2 years later, that is in 2013. The March 2013 CFI General Assembly meeting restructures the organization, puts in place a board of directors made up of 15 members coming from the various guilds. The creation of guilds is made official. Otia Vitalis is voted as first ever board chair of the CFI. Initially, Wa Musi, outgoing head, rejects the outcome and promises to organize another EGA. He later surrenders the plan and continues to act as a resource person to CFI. Meanwhile, the National Actors Guild of Cameroon, NACAM, which had been existing in Bamenda since 2004, argues that it would only sound duplicating if another guild has to be created. This is in direct contrast with the Cameroon Actors Guild CAMAC, created in 2010 to honor remote calls from the Boya Convention or the Kumba Convention. Water flows under the bridge, and somewhere along the line, NACAM and CAMAC decide to merge and be one. That one is later called NACAM, and Muma Pascal, ex-while president of CAMAC, becomes the first president of NACAM under the new dispensation. Water runs again under the bridge, and somewhere along the course, the president of NACAM is accused of misappropriation. He is later impeached and booted out. And as Kena Kesha Emmanuel becomes new NACAM president, Muma Pascal falls back to CAMAC, which he regurgitates and is currently running. The drama at the main plot unfolds with a discord that sets in between Otia Vitalis and the other members of his board. He is accused of working independently and paying a deaf ear to his team. Calls for an emergency General Assembly prolonged until a meeting seemingly to be the one came up in 2014 in Boya. At the end of that meeting, it is said that CFI may eventually have to compromise or comprise both English-speaking and French-speaking Cameroonian filmmakers, hence CFI Incorporated. A new episode of Rising Tempers sets in. Members argue that no one had ever said in the first place that CFI was only meant for filmmakers from Cameroon west of the Mungo, and so CFI Inc. was uncalled for. This other episode dies a natural death. And in November of 2015, a General Assembly is held in Yaoundé at the Sita Bella Hall. It ends in total disagreement. March 2016, the mandate of the Otia board comes to an end. Silence is maintained until May. Then Apex1radio receives a communique duly signed by Otia Vitalis and inviting members of CFI to an elective General Assembly built for Yaoundé on Friday, June the 10th.
Okay, that was some history we were rekindling the last year. This same time last year is always interesting to go back and rekindle memories. So it's about history, but we are today, and we're looking forward for tomorrow. Perhaps it's important from time to time to go back to history so as to understand where we're coming from. And like I mentioned earlier on, that was a presentation of what is today known as the Cameroon Film Industry CFI, which kicked off in June of 2008, which has grown up to be a very big organization now, and it's making progress despite some pitfalls which you notice here and there. But at the end of the day, something is happening, and we are glad that the General Assembly in Kumba today is running off on a rather good note. Not much controversy this time around. Let's see if Ken Salimonet is still with us. Let's go back there and speak with him again. Then when we come back, we'll definitely go to Kumba. Our man in Kumba, Tabby Kings, is about now gathering some information. Once he signals, then we'll definitely be back with him. Okay, let's see if Shalim Moned is back with us from Minnesota. Ken Shalim Moned, welcome back. Shalim Moned is
Thank you.
Back. Okay. Ken Shalim Moned, you just listened there to a presentation of CFI, which we did last year. And I was saying that it's always important to go back to history so that we understand exactly where we are and where we're leading to.
Yep, very beautiful piece there. You know, it took me back again to what the beautiful narration that you did of everything that engulfed the Cameroon film industry last year. So definitely always a beautiful piece to listen to.
So, Ken Salimonet, a while ago, we a couple of things were mentioned here which I would like us to come back to. Let me take you back to our conversation we had with the pioneer filmmaker in Bamenda. We're talking about training. We're actually talking about training, which he said he's quite involved in right now, even more than the acting he knows best. And I was trying to find out from you if you think that CFI should take this aspect of training very seriously, because we notice that a lot of things are being done, but we don't know from the background where people are coming, you know. We just see actors emerging every day, and we don't know if they are being trained. Otherwise, is it that you can be an actor even without having the list of training?
Well, it's of essence to train these young ones to come up, and definitely what Grandpa is doing right now, it's something which is of extreme importance. And I wish that and I pray that we can look into this and other people can come on board to emulate his good example. One of the good things in life is, any person who is either an entertainer or even a reporter like you, Mr. Ernest Kanjo, for sure tomorrow, by the time you want to retire out of this position, you want your legacy to be continued, and you want to sit down and watch people emulate the good things that you're doing. So definitely you will train young people who will be able to take over from you and continue with the good work that you're doing. So it's a very beautiful thing. My only point is that we should be able to encourage these young kids to know that they are coming into an industry that is harmonious and that has love and that has understanding, that appreciates their talent and can be able to extend that appreciation to them in respect to what they are going to do to be able to continue to carry our legacy if tomorrow we are no longer there to do what we are doing today.
Then another thing Grandpa pointed was the evolution in technology, because we understand that the films that are being done today are completely different from the ones that were being done 10 years ago, technologically speaking. But somewhere along the line, I mentioned that technology doesn't mean professionalism. We may have these tools today, but if people are not ready to learn and use them properly, we will still have those films that are vehemently criticized. I don't know if I'm making a point, Ken.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you are extremely right. It doesn't necessarily mean we can have as many millions and billions of technological equipment. If we don't train ourselves how to use them, we definitely will still not produce anything far from what we used to produce earlier, and maybe we can even produce something worse than what we used to do, because now we are just going into the new technology without even knowing how to set them up in order to be able to use them. This also goes to the point of training, because it obviously means that we have to learn to update ourselves. The cameramen that we have already on board, they should train themselves with all this new equipment, and there are a lot of means through which we can be trained. Thank goodness, we have all means of all opportunity. You can go to YouTube, you can get all sort of training on any new technological equipment which is out there for cameramen or the DOPs to use for their production, and be able to use that information to train the young ones. You can go on Google, you can make research on Google. We have all sort of machines, all sort of places that you can go to. Even on Facebook, you can go there, you can get a lot of information, and even on programs like this, because we have other technologically advanced people who have the knowledge, like Marcel Adding, who is on Apex1radio, who is ready to give us free classes and has been giving us free classes, sometimes even on our site, on how we are going to go about some of this equipment, right, and how we can equip ourselves to better understand how to operate them. So it is definitely important, and learning is something which, like I always tell people, we learn every day of our life. There is no person who knows too much. Even the person who created English is still learning how to speak English. So everything in life we learn daily. It's only how much time and effort we put to learn and know that is of essence. We should not always think that because we've had some small knowledge today, we have become the king of the world. We should know that by keep learning on what we do and being effective on what we do, it makes us to become better each day as we move on.
Okay. Kesha Monet, apparently Kumba is signaling. I'll be right back with you as soon as I'm done with 34 Kings.
Sure. I'm right here.
Okay. This is Apex1radio. We are broadcasting from Columbus, Ohio, United States of America. Let's find out if 34 Kings is back on the airwaves. Kings, welcome back. Hello? Okay. Looks like we're still struggling to link up with Kumba there. You're listening to Apex1radio. We are covering the 2017 CFI General Assembly taking place in Kumba this day, June the 24th, 2017. Let's find out if Kings is with us now. Okay, looks like we're still struggling to reach our man in Kumba. Okay, we'll get back to Kings. Let's have some music.
Toujours je vais avoir ton dos. Oh, I don't believe amour. You go tell me to mere. I go lucky for Jeka Kimere. Not if it pass me, I swear I go jere. See, that's why they call me Melby. When money is account, oh. Some people them start to frown. Now Jehovah lifts me high. Make you no check on twice, oh. On the you love me now. Peter, they give me ring.
John say I'm beautiful, oh, because of money, yeah. Tout ce que j'avais c'était l'espoir, tout ce que j'avais c'était les rêves, oh. Tout ce que j'avais c'était mon micro, tout ce que j'avais c'était ma voix, oh, oh.
Bobby blessing, Jay Clinton, no, Derring Menga blessing, Da Costa blessing, John Gala blessing, Hallelujah, hey, beautiful, oh. Tout ce que j'avais c'était l'espoir, tout ce que j'avais c'était les rêves, oh. Tout ce que j'avais c'était mon micro, tout ce que j'avais c'était ma voix, oh, oh, eh, 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 oh, eh, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful.
Hey yo, Slim. Links. It's Teasy Pancha.
Mudhouse Entertainment.
Oh no.
Blue Nation.
Yeah. Oh,
Take a 1, 2, 3, go.
Back in the days, they say I the crazy. So. Back in the days, they say I don't play. As I the waka for all the bars, they start to laugh. Now when them see me, them pause. All my men, them be boss. Do you remember me? Remember me? Do you remember me? I'll be that petty for water.
Beautiful piece of music there titled Pity for Quarter by Links featuring TZ Panchak, and it's reaching you from Apex1Radio. You're listening to a live broadcast session devoted to the coverage of the 2017 General Assembly of the Cameroon Film Industry CFI, which is taking place in Kumba, that is in the southwest region of Cameroon. It's Saturday, the 24th of June 2017. It's exactly 9 minutes to 1 here in the studio of Apex1 Radio. I should imagine that it's 9 minutes to 6 in Cameroon. And our reporter, Tabby Hawkins, is still at the Hotel Vianello in Kumba, ready to come back on the airwaves. But as soon as he signals, we should be getting back to that venue to find out just what is going on. We are trailing filmmakers in Cameroon this day on radio. Let's listen to more music. We'll be right back with you.
I be that petty for quarter. Petty for quarter. I be that petty for quarter.
Oh boy, I remember you remember me. I know say remember we, oh, picking for quarter me, and so me. I'm still the same mommy. I be that petty for quarter. Time that they change, oh boy, I'm still the same. Back in the days, c'était le feu, ça casse, ça passe. Give me, I give you rules, no change. So we the chop 'em and give the people to chop 'em. Now so yeah, chop 'em. Nyama chop 'em. Now levels a change, oh boy. I beg no check 'em.
Special good evening to Nkanyang Kwai Ain Epule Jeffrey, two of the baobabs of the film industry in Cameroon. Nkanya doubles as a producer. He's also a very talented actor. Of course, the best Cameroonian actor in 2015 as per the Grand Noir Festival. Epule Jeffrey has been at the front line of acting in Cameroon for a while now. Both actors have been spending some time in London the past couple of days. They are there for a series of film premieres, and we just want to extend our greetings to them. This is Apex1 Radio. You're listening to a special broadcast devoted to CFI. Looks like Kumba is signaling.
Petit for quarter, I be that petit for quarter. Petit for quarter, I be that petit for quarter. Petit for quarter, I be that petit for quarter. Petit for quarter, I be that petit for quarter. Petit for quarter, I be that petit for quarter.
It's your boy Baco, aka American Idol, 2016, famous ENT. We're taking over this year. 237, let's get it. Nominations, awards, dedication. I'm trying to save nations, then take a vacation. Fornication, abomination. This rappers that think that it better. Flow sick, lavendetta, my cheddar, getting better. Get ahead, get up out of here. Mozzie told me it'll be cool. Starting double for the two. We started it. Now aim was making moves. Famous CNT, got me overseas, proud of it. I take it track to track, running back to back. Counter stacks, all up in the sack. Told him I'll be back, never near the pack. Always into that.
Apex1 Radio broadcasting from the United States of America, and we're covering the 2017 General Assembly of the Cameroon film industry, live from Kumba with our man Tabi4 Kings, who now joins us back. Kings, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kanjo. It's a very good closure we're having here at the Cameroon Film Industry General Assembly. We have a lot of people doing networking at this time after digesting their meal, and I'm here with the president of the board of administrators of the Cameroon film industry, the president of Mr. Alex Ndiao. I'm going to pass you to him now.
Welcome on board.
Hello.
Mr. Botche, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Apex1radio. Thank you, Mr. Enes.
Right. My first question will be this. Are you a happy man today that your first General Assembly has held?
I would say I'm more than a happy man, because I think I had a very, very successful General Assembly.
Right. So, what do you think has been the biggest resolution of this GA?
The first, if I can recall very well, after my general election, after the election I had in Boya, he called me and he asked me, what am I going to bring as a change to this house? I told you I would want to institutionalize the Cameroon film industry. Cameroon film industry should not be an issue of persons. It should be an institution on its own. And I think I am moving towards that. Already we have been able to occupy, to secure an office space, which means that you can locate and situate the Cameroon film industry in a particular location. We have been able to take engagements with major partners who want to help us in our in distributing our content, like the MTN Cameroon. And just as yesterday, we already started some negotiation with Asam Magic to see how Cameroonian content can get back to the Asam Magic platform. So I think this has been our achievements this far. But the major one I want to say is the package deal we are going to sign very soon with MTN Cameroon.
When you say very soon, how soon?
I can tell you that before the month of July comes to an end, it will be finalized, because we have already submitted at the request all the relevant documents. Even those that we did not have at the time, we made them. We went and got them ready and submitted. Everything is ready. The commissioner is supposed to study the document, has done so, and we are just waiting for a call from MTN for us to come and finalize it. So it cannot be till the end of July that has not been done.
Okay. Now, Mr. Botche, you came into office at a time the CFI production code was being adopted. Now, 13 months into office, have you started implementing that code?
The holding of the General Assembly today is in strict respect of the disposition of the production code, precisely Article 4 top 2 and 5 and 2 and 8 of that production code. We are doing everything to respect it, and where we have, if we do think that there is a need for something to come in, we come and table it to the General Assembly like we did today, and it could be included. We want to do everything just to respect our production code, because when it was drafted, a lot of things were taken into consideration, and we think that all of what was thought of the betterment and the growth of the Cameroon film industry.
Now, there's a lot of talk about the quality of movies that are being done in Cameroon. And one of the things which I believe CFI has been discussing is quality control. How far have you gone with that? Do you still operate like individuals, whereby an individual does their movie and, do whatever thing they want to do? Or movies that are produced in Cameroon today are done strictly under the banner of CFI?
No, if I tell you that all the movies done in Cameroon today are done on the banner of CFI, I would tell you a very fat lie. But we are working towards the issue whereby, the situation whereby we'll be able to control the quality of our movies.
Okay.
It's not better than yesterday in the producers meeting, because I am also a member of the producers guild. We resolved to propose the creation of a quality control board that was tabled to the board of directors, and that still held yesterday, and it was validated. This is because we found out that one of the reasons why we had a fallout with Aftermatic was because they had the impression that our movies were not of the best quality. And so therefore, we have resolved this time around not to send just anything to any platform. We will sit by ourselves, scrutinize, and send just the best. Why not rejecting the others, but giving reasons for thinking that the movies need improvement. So in a way, we shall be controlling the quality of the product we are sending out to present that sells the image of the Cameroon industry. But at the same time, we shall be helping the various producers to see how they can improve on their production.
Now, a while ago, we learned that since the 28th of May last year, when you took over office, you've been operating without the official letterhead of CFI because the former president won't surrender it to you. So how have you been functioning? Have you been functioning in illegality?
No, we are not functioning in illegality because the authorization that is given for the function of the Cameroon film industry is there. So the Cameroon film industry is functioning under the authorization that was created. In as much as of now we have not succeeded in having the original of those documents, we have copies of the documents and we are using them, which can be verifiable where necessary. But we are still at the same time proceeding on other legal and judicial measures that we have to take to obtain these documents from him. I will inform you maybe that for a while we have been embarking on a dialogue to see how we can bring the former board some reasoning so that he can see reason why he has to give back these documents, the original, to us. We are using the copies we have, and the first institutions, for example, the Minister of Art and Culture is very much aware of it, but it's a social organization. Why we are not resorting to taking violent attack or confrontation is because we have understood that is the game we want. We want to use it to discredit the industry to the whole world, and we don't want to play this game.
Apart from the fact that you are unable to lay hands on those documents, and that has been the case within the last 13 months, what other challenges has your board faced so far?
Well, the major challenges that we have had are the same, that of marketing our product, That is why we're working on this platform to see how we can improve on that. And another one is also making the corporate world to believe and invest in us. We are doing a lot of exposure so that the corporate world can, in their own angle, look at us and see what we do. That can encourage them to join us. However, the major challenge, like most institutions in Cameroon, has been that of funding. We do not have finance from any other source other than media contributions, which in most cases do not even come in. Because the various stakeholders, the actors, the producers, they have what to feed themselves with. So we are doing this much, going these distances with just, let me say, generous donations from one or two persons. However, it is not all that. There is a silver lining. I think that when we succeed in financing this various institutions, means that we spoke about, money will start coming into the Cameroon film industry, and we shall be able to improve a lot on what we are already doing.
Right. Just one last question before you leave us, Mr. Boche. As you leave Kumba this evening, what do you expect to see happen within the film industry in the next couple of months?
I hope, and I'm very certain of the fact that when we leave Kumba, the guild, which constitutes the action unit of the Cameroon film industry, will become more operational. There was a little bit of confusion in Kumba as to who is doing what or who is supposed to do what. We came in a GA, that is, those ones were expressed, and I think we gave them clear solutions to the problem. And it all lies at within the premise of reorganizing our guild, especially at the zonal or regional level. So I am very sure that in the days ahead, the various guilds will hold their own GAs and go around restoring the various bureaus that are concerned.
I want to thank you so much, Alex Mbiao, the board chair of the Cameroon film industry. Thank you so much for joining us on Apex1radio this day.
It's a pleasure. It's mine. I am available anytime you want to talk to me. I'm available.
Thank you so much. I want to laud your efforts. Tabby Kings.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Tabby Kings.
Yes, Mr. Kanjo.
Right. So what's going on now?
Pardon, please?
What's going on now?
We're practically closing. At this point, it's chit-chat, exchange of contact, meeting old friends, planning for next shootings, and, getting along. We've practically reached the end of the General Assembly.
Okay. So we'll definitely make one or two stopovers there before we run off. Time for me to go back to Minnesota and talk with Ken Shalimonette. Kings, we'll be back with you.
Okay, I'm on standby.
Okay, our reporter is on standby in Kumba. Kings is covering the GA of the Cameroon film industry, and like he mentioned, is about now running off in Kumba. Let's go to Minnesota and find out if Ken is still off. Ken Shalimonette, welcome back. Hello? Okay, looks like we lost Ken Shalimonette there. Okay, let's have some music, then we see what to do next.
It's your boy Baco, a.k.a. American Idol. 2016. Famous ENT. We're taking over this year. 237, let's get it. Nominations, awards, dedication. I'm trying to save nations, then take a vacation. Fornication, abomination. This rapper's the thing that it better. Flow sick, lavendetta, my cheddar, getting better. Get ahead, get up out of here. Mozzie told me it'll be cool. Starting double for the two. Started it, now Amos making moves. Famous CNT, got me overseas, proud of it. I take it track to track, run it back to back. Counter stacks, all up in the sack. Told him I'll be back, never near the pack. Always into that, never count me out. Move to work, daily up on his head and show him you. About your paper, them girls coming every day. Tell them, girl, please, hustle dough, sex later. Never heard a man lose a chick, chasing dough. Never fold, hustle greater. The moment you cash and check, so what a feeling. Stunt double for a living. Told them, make moves on a daily base. For them cops, nutty catch a case. Saw displayers talking lowercase. Mullah money, man, it's all I chase. 237 got a base. Cameroon, Africa, so my case. On the move, out of town, no delay. With a boo and a chick, just in case. Feel like a dawn, I 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 feel like a dawn.
All right, that beautiful piece of music is titled "I Feel Like a Dawn." It's done by Ebako. Ebako is a Cameroonian musician based in Dallas, Texas. Ebako is a son of the soil, and talking about the soil, it's Kumba. We are in Kumba today. Welcome back, Ken Shalimonet. Hello.
Yes, I'm right here. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you now. Okay. So, can you tell him?
Challenge me on FIFA, make it foot two. Say my username, Moonboot 2. Move to work, belly up on his head is short. It's your boy Baco. It's your boy Baco, aka American Idol. 2016. Famous ENT. We're taking over this year. 237, let's get it. Nominations, awards, dedication. I'm trying to save nations, then take a vacation. Fornication, abomination. This rappers that think that it better. Flow sick, lavender, my cheddar getting better. Get ahead, get up out of here. Mazzy told me it'll be cool. Starting double for the two. We started it. Now Amos making moves. Famous CNT got me overseas, proud of it. I take it track to track, running back to back. Counter stacks, all up in the sack. Told him I'll be back, never near the pack. Always in that, never count me out. Move to work, daily up on his head. Show him you about your paper. Them girls coming every day. Tell them, girl, please, hustle dough, sex later. Never heard a man lose a chick, chasing dough. Never fold, hustle greater. The moment you cash and check, so what a feeling. Stunt double for a living. Told him, make moves on a daily base. For them cops, nutty catch a case. Saw displayers talking lowercase. Mullah money, man, it's all I chase. 237 got a base. Cameroon, Africa, so my case. On the move, out of town, no delay. With a boo and a chick, just in case. I feel like a dawn, 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 I feel like a dawn.
This is Apex1radio. We are broadcasting from Columbus, Ohio, United States of America, and we are currently doing a special broadcast devoted to the 2017 General Assembly of the Cameroon film industry. In just a couple of minutes, we'll be running off this broadcast. Ken, back to you. The Boche also mentioned the fact that they are following the production code strictly, and the fact that they are having a General Assembly 1 year into office is part of that respect of their production code. Do you also consider that as an achievement?
Well, definitely it is an achievement. It is a way forward. These are the things that we want. So anything that is going to help the industry to grow, it's of essence. So the decisions and what he has confirmed to you right today over the radio, they are very beautiful and they are great. What I'm going to say again is that I just hope they are not going to be mere words, because we had the same words last year when we discussed this about CFI after the General Assembly. So it's not going to be a situation where we'll make it look so beautiful today and tomorrow we forget about everything that was said over the radio today. So they are beautiful achievements, they are great achievements. We are always only wishing the best for the Cameroon film industry. And I just want to tell a lot of people who are listening today that they should not bother too much about, they should not take it in the negative side that I'm being too hard. I'm being too hard because I believe we have pampered those on the board for too long on how to take us. I believe it is time now for us to stand behind them and tell them what they are doing wrong, so that they can correct all those wrongs and make us be proud of what we are doing.
Okay, Ken Salimone is his name. He is our resource person in charge of arts and cultural issues. He doubles as a film producer. Okay, Ken, we will just do some music from this end, then we'll try Kumba for the last time. And when we come back, we'll be running off with you.
Okay, then.
La vie est belle. Excusez-moi mon frère. Americana. Flow so sick, they say I'm about to open up a hospital, here to free admission. Who am I to tell them how to hate? Hustle every day to regulate. Now the money coming, let it circulate. To them ladies coming, tell them to rotate. To them fake people, tell them separate. American Idol 2017, I'm really taking over. No more sleeping over. Gotta get my paper, gotta calibrate it, Speak French, I speak English. 237, Anglophone, Cameroon. City Salapa, in a Sabapa. I'm a king with a ring, cinema. La vie est belle, excusez-moi mon frère. I don't elevate it to a level, floating on air. I'm so rare, my whole team well, underrated flow. I'm a lion, took this 7, yeah. Eddie LaDre on the beat, rider out of boy. Amina out of Kumba, Southwest in a king beat killer. So we all sinners, I ain't no killer. Don't push me, since it's gon' get stitches. And here to never get riches. Go take an L, here to take an L. I'm a winner, starting double to the end. Well, who told these rappers the music industry easy? Well, who told these rappers without money you can do it? Well, my no fee help, go make it happen yourself. Go make it happen yourself. You gotta do it yourself. Americana, Americana, Americana. Americana, Americana, Americana. La vie est belle, excusez-moi mon frère. I don't elevate it to a level, floating on air. I'm so rare, my whole team well on the ready flow. I'm a lion, 237, yeah. Americana, Americana, Americana. Americana, Americana, Americana. Americana, Americana, Americana. Americana, Americana, Americana.
I've been searching. I just wanna be happy. I already know where it stays, but how do I get it whenever I will? I used to know this feeling long ago. How did it go so far away? I still don't get the vision, and it's tearing me apart. It's killing all the fire that was left in me. I wanna get there. I wanna get there. Yes, I wanna get there. I wanna get there. I wanna get there. Yes, I wanna get there. I wake up every morning, something within cries out, oh, how did I change? This question in my mind, where do I find what I seek? And I wanna get there. I wish I could fly. 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 I wanna get there. I wanna get there. Yes, I wanna get there. I wanna get there. I wanna get there. Yes, I wanna get there. Something tell me so the situation past me, but then I say one day I'm gonna be happy, and I gotta shout hallelujah. Mama, papa,
Hello, people. It's Dr. Ken Stephens. We just finished the shooting. Get there video by Daphne. I directed this video. I produced the song, so it's going to be.
This life is a journey that we gotta pass through. We got a destiny we must get to. So why some people gonna try to change the destiny of others? Let me know see them alive, it's in you. Nobody can stop now. Try to catch me. You love the way you bomb them eyes. You see them run, them go fly. Try to catch me. You love the way you bomb them eyes. You see them run. For you have been a Rastafari, 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 Rastafari. For you have been a Rastafari, 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 Rastafari. You never ever do me well, yo. That's why I am trusting everything you do. You're so generous, that credibility, you have got it. The way you fight for me no doubt it. Daddy, daddy, me no doubt it. Daddy, 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 me no doubt it. Me never gonna see
Rastafari by Daphne, beautiful piece of music that has put the time to 7 minutes to 2 in the studio of Apex1 Radio. We are about now running off from this end.
It's the same boys. This is a special dedication to any kid that's an orphan.
Okay, let's go to Minnesota and run off with our resource person number one in charge of arts and cultural issues. Ken, welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Ken Shalimonette, who we are about to run off, it's been quite a hectic day on radio. We've been in Kumba, and we've all heard. You and I were not there to see, but there was somebody there seen for us, but then our ears heard. So, at the end of the day, would you say that it's a successful CFI day?
Well, I mean, yeah, for sure, I would say that it is, based on the report that we are having so far. It's the same thing that I said last year, is the same thing that we said last year, but 13 months after we are going on, we did not really get what we wanted. But again, we still have to keep on pushing, and we still have to keep on surviving, because this is what the program has provided for us as a means of continuous survival. So, but again, we are only praying that today our words are going to follow, are going to mean action. We're not just going to say the words and not being able to act or perfect the word or transform it into action. So we are just hoping that whatever has been said today, it's no longer the same vague promises that were given to us 13 months ago. Is going to be a step forward, and we are going to see a lot of changes and a lot of progress, and we are going to be able to satisfy our fans, or I should say our customers, because again, like the saying goes, the customer satisfaction always comes first.
I would like us to end with this point, and we'll borrow from what the president or the board chair said a while ago. He said that there is still this confusion about who has to do what. And you and I also understand that there has been this confusion of who has to do what as far as the guilds and CFI are concerned. But when you have to look at it critically, looks like like much of the work has to come from the direction of the guilds and not even CFI. So do you think that the guilds are helping CFI, do what they're supposed to do?
I will say for sure that on that aspect, on the board chair concern, I would say for sure that the guilds have neglected the board and they have neglected CFI. The reason why I'm saying this
what about themselves? Are the guilds, within themselves, are they doing what they're supposed to do?
That's what I'm trying to say. They are not doing what they are supposed to do.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying they are not doing what they're supposed to do is because I belong to I don't know much about the Writers Guild and that, but I belong to both I belong to the Cameroon Film Industry Guild. I belong to the Cameroon Film Industry side. I'm also on the Producers Guild, and I'm also as an actor on the Actors Guild. And when I see the conversation that transpires between these guilds, I don't see anything for the past 6 or 7 months that has been discussed by the Actors Guild. Nothing productive, nothing at all, nothing positive, nothing that is going to help actors in any way. All I see on the site that has been created is where people just come in and throw some funny comments, throw some funny videos, copy whatever and post there. People are coming there to be teaching us how religious they are, teaching us how to pray or all that. And it's not like prayer is not a good thing, but what is the essence of the Actors Guild? I don't see any form of conversation that is going there. I only see how people come there and start to fight on their personal and individual feelings rather than what has to do with the actors. On the Cameroon film industry side, this meeting that is going on today, you don't even see nobody's even there. As of now, we have posted continuously the fact that this discussion is going on right now on Apex1radio. I bet you, Mr. Enes Kanjo, go onto that site. You will not get up to 2 people who are listening to this program right now. And that is why we cannot learn. And the only way we can be victorious is to make sure that we have to know that learning is a continuous process, and that is where our victory comes from. There is none of them who is listening to this program right now, and there are lots of them who are not in Kumba today. And after the decision for today will be taken, and when those who have attended and come in and pass information and start to make certain decisions, they will be the first person to come in there to criticize and start talking all sorts of trash and rubbish. We don't participate on issues, but we want decisions to be taken, and we don't even want to listen to those who had the courage to go and attend this meeting. So even right now, nobody is saying a single word. Nobody is giving us information of what is going on. We are just getting information from 1 or 2 different places that we are not even supposed to get, because most of the information that I'm even getting right now, it has nothing to do with any guild, from the site that has nothing to do with any guild. The information I'm getting right now is even coming from my fashion police members who has nothing to do with this guild, because this is just a social site where we sit down and just talk our own issues. But again, that notwithstanding, we have no choice. We have to keep pushing. We have to keep working. Maybe one day they will come to their senses and they will know that by being united, it is the only way that we can be able to work together. I've always preached unity, love, and togetherness. It is the way of any person with a sane mind.
Unity, love, and togetherness. Ken Shalimone there running off our radio discussion today. And Ken, we want to wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully, some of the things which you said will be corrected so that we chart a better way forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Enes Kanjo. And again, I will just keep telling you that you just keep doing what you're doing. One of the great things that I like about Apex1radio is that no matter what, no matter the good side, no matter the bad side, Apex1radio has always been there and has always taken that command to continue to push the Cameroon film industry to the level that it has to go. And if people continue to give their learning ears to Apex1radio and listen to the constructive and creative criticism that we do on this radio and try to perfect the Cameroon film industry, I do not see any reason why we are not going to be the best. So I just say to the Apex1radio entire team, kudos, keep it up. The worst is yet to come. The best is yet to come. But for everything that we do, we always crave and pray for the best. So I know for sure that one day people will listen to us, and we are going to make this industry be what it is through our voices that are being heard worldwide. Thank you very much.
Our voices will definitely be heard someday. Thank you so much, Ken Shalimon. Do have a fantastic rest of the Saturday out there in Minnesota, where the last of the Sea Boys will be celebrating his birthday this afternoon, and a great party is being organized to that effect. We are told that in something like 90 minutes, that birthday party will begin. We're talking about the last of the Sea Boys in the person of Tyler. So, Tyler, we want to wish you many happy returns as you celebrate your birthday. Do have fun with your friends out there, and hopefully, as you get into a new year, as far as your age is concerned, more good things will come your way. Also, to inform our listeners that the Sea Boys will be performing at an Independence Day celebration to support the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. That program will take place at 1020 Bandana Boulevard, West St. Paul, 55108. That is in Minnesota. The time will be 5 p.m. and the event will run till 4 a.m. Okay, we'll come back to that information as time unfolds. But just to say happy birthday and many happy returns to the youngest of the Sea Boys, Tyler. We also want to extend our greetings to Denzel and Bon. Then to their producer manager Marinda Kwe, we want to say thanks so much, and we love your efforts in bringing up these guys in a very, very fantastic manner. Okay, so we are running off now from this end. It's been a fantastic day with our reporter out there in Cuba, Tabby 4 Kings. The entire Apex1radio team was on board. Maxwell Adi produced the show. And we had Ken Shalimonet, who was the resource person who sat alongside with me throughout this show. In the studio were two of us, AJ and Enes Kanjo. At 4 p.m., you'll be listening to a live edition of Life Happens with Gracie Boyces. So you are invited to join us. Let's run off with the Sea Boys as we wish you a great weekend. Bye for now.
Sometimes I wonder if they really feel my pain. Thank you.
Hey, do life's happenings still appear strange to you? Do certain occurrences make you feel you belong to a different planet other than Earth? Do you still live in disbelief? Okay, come back to Earth where reality obtains, where life happens. Life Happens is a radio show that breaks such life myths and prepares you to tackle reality, yet succeeding in your endeavors. On Life Happens, we bring those issues on the table and chart a way forward. Join Gracie Boyce and her panel of intelligent people as they dissect the issues. Send your views or calls by calling the show at 001-614-266-5611 or text us on WhatsApp through the same number, or inbox Gracie Boyce on Facebook, GRACEEBOYCEE. Life Happens is every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is also 9 to 11 p.m. in Lagos, Nigeria. Life Happens only on Apex1Radio. Get on board. Let's happen along with life.
He's supposed to have he's supposed to make a more eminent than your air. But never forget, say no be by mind, always be thankful.
Alexis, Emily.
Rival shall rise again,
Oh, Drapa.
Rival shall rise again,
Alexis, Emily. A personal okumu, oh, Papa Nalanga.
Rival shall rise again,
Oh, Drapa.
Rival shall rise again,
Alexis, Emily. A koye Zambe, a personal okumu.
Rival shall rise again,
Oh, Drapa.
Rival shall rise again.
Hey, do life's happenings still appear strange to you? Do certain occurrences make you feel you belong to a different planet other than Earth? Do you still live in disbelief? Okay, come back to Earth where reality obtains, where life happens. Life Happens is a radio show that breaks such life myths and prepares you to tackle reality, yet succeeding in your endeavors. On Life Happens, we bring those issues on the table and chart a way forward. Join Gracie Boise and her panel of intelligent people as they dissect the issues. Send your views across by calling the show at 001-614-266-5611 or text us on WhatsApp through the same number or inbox Gracie Boise on Facebook, GRACEEBOYCEE. Life Happens is every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is also 9 to 11 p.m. in Lagos, Nigeria. Life Happens only on Apex1Radio. Get on board. Let's happen along with life.
He's supposed to make a more but never forget you. Say no be by man, always be thankful.
Apex1radio USA. Apex1radio. The best in animation. Culture, sports, entertainment, interview, Apex1radio. Apex1radio, the best radio. We love African culture.
Miracles, I serve a God of miracles. From Genesis to Revelation, it's all about the miracles. Miracles, I serve a God of miracles. From Genesis to Revelation, it's all about the miracles. Miracles.
Does your spiritual life feel dry and empty? Are you seeking to spice up your faith journey and draw closer to God? Do you have some questions about what makes true fasting as a Christian? Are you looking for a fasting and prayer program that combines prayer and meditation with works of charity? Do you want something that challenges you to get out your comfort zone and reach out to your neighbor? A book you can relate to as a daily companion for your days of fasting. From the inside out, 40 Days to Calvary brings out an in-depth clarification of the meaning of fasting. With simple true life experiences, the daily meditation gives another perspective on how we view God and the wonders He performs in us as Christians. The reflections are short and succinct, giving the reader daily points to ponder and suggested actions to foster the right relationship with God during fasting and always. Grab your copies for the special price of $15.98. Contact Laura Tinzo at 00491-734-068-799. Same number on WhatsApp. Or laura@tinzo.com. That's LAURA@TINZOH.com. Or order directly from Amazon. We also have electronic book copies at $9.98. Read From the Inside Out, 40 Days to Calvary, and enrich your spiritual life. There. Are you a lover of African movies? Are you anxious to know the next African movie you'll be watching? Do you want to know more about African movies? Or are you interested in knowing what happens behind the scenes in a movie production? Answers are right here.
Oh, yes. Find out these answers in Movie Newsroom. Movie Newsroom is a movie news magazine on Apex1Radio that provides first-hand information on latest African movies, upcoming and past ones that have attracted enormous attention. In the 1-hour news slot, we take a look at the story in movies. We talk to producer